take the condom off.
Yeah, I don't feel disrespected at some point. Like, if you try to play with me after we done have raw sex, now I feel disrespected. No, for real. Like, I don't feel disrespected if it was condom sex. Yeah, if it was condom sex, I don't feel disrespected. How about you?
So this is what I think. I personally don't think that it's the act of sex that creates a soul tie. I think it's when you give somebody enough of yourself, you trust somebody enough with your life, with your health, with this, that, and the other, that you are mentally and physically like very open with that and giving it to somebody, and then you have the sex with them. It's not the sex that creates the soul tie. It's the fact that you're like you're letting down every barrier that keeps you protected, whether it's your mind, whether it's your emotions. Because to me, it doesn't make sense that just the act of having sex is what creates a soul tie. When you think about it, your mind is the most powerful thing you have.
Yes.
Even when your body is still living, it cannot function without your mind.
All right, but let's be real.
I'm sorry, let's try to call the mics back.
Oh my.
Oh, mine is still on.
I had a great question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never turned it
I
off.
never turned mine off.
I didn't touch them.
Yeah, we didn't turn them off.
Okay, all right, we're good.
Alan turned them off.
No, we're good.
Can they hear us right now?
Yeah, you're good.
So here's my question, right? And I'm trying to do this in the most politically correct way, right?
Okay.
Give me a percentile, because I can't ask you how many, partners I had, but give me a percentile of the partners that you did have, condom or no condom, that you felt yourself being given to them and like soulfully, like they have a piece of you. Like if you had sex with 10 people, and let's say, is it 70%? Is it 60%? Is it 90%? Like, cause now I want to look at the majority aspect. See, cause I know for guys, it don't work the same way that it works for girls.
I honestly would say 20%.
20% only got you like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, it ain't that many people.
See? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, let me make sure I'm answering the right question. It ain't that many
That
people.
got you where you're like emotionally tied in.
Oh,
But
my husband?
But no.
And maybe like my
Alright, hold
college
on.
boyfriend.
Wait, time out. I'm not gonna. Alright, listen. Now we're not.
Somebody
Y'all about to make me throw my flag. I'm gonna ask this question one more
What that
time.
made me throw the flag?
When I throw the flag, it means I'm challenging what you're saying. Like,
Okay.
that's why I got the referee shirt on
Okay.
today. Because now I'm just facilitating
Okay.
and officiating.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, cool.
So I'm gonna put this back. We give y'all another opportunity. It's
You're
rare.
gonna get a chance to that.
So I know y'all have more than 2 boyfriends.
Of course. But
So-
that wasn't, but I didn't say you
But-
said percentage.
But this is what I'm saying. But if you had more than 2 boyfriends, right? Because you're saying not that many. Out of all the relationships that you had, right? They did not qualify for a soul tie?
No.
Maybe we're not talking about forever, but let's talk about time period. No?
No.
You could control who your soul tie
I mean,
is?
y'all had bad.
Well, for
y'all
me,
had-
it's not based on like the physical sex of it. It's more so like here. Did you break in here?
Yes.
Did you break in like with my emotions?
I'm a demisexual.
I don't know where.
Well, you gotta explain that.
Now
Okay,
I
so-
know we're demisexuals.
I'll explain it to you because most people are familiar with the word sapiosexual, but I'm a mixture of both. So demisexual is someone that connects with someone emotionally through like conversation. It's basically everything you explain. Conversation, emotions, feelings, feeling like you let your guard down with somebody. The thing that I find in like the area that we're in now, it's very hard to build that because people are not consistent. People are doing a lot of texting. You can't really build much of a connection with somebody through text. And I constantly say that. So anybody I'm gonna take seriously, I have to have a constant want to have a conversation with you and vice versa. The conversation has to be good. Most people can't even hold a conversation nowadays. And that's another issue. People are not able to have a good conversation that doesn't revolve around sex. There's more to life than sex. So even with me and what I do for a living, I feel like people try to sexualize me and put me in a box that I'm not going to be confined to. I have a personality, I'm a boss, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner. I have so many different hats to me. You can look at my body, yeah, I got a fat ass, I got big titties, that's cool, I got a pretty face, but there's so much more to me. So the little bit of percentage that actually takes the time to get to dig deep into what I have to offer, those are the people that I connect with. Those are the people that I said the 20% of the rest are accumulated to. Not everybody makes it there. Because
And they
it's
actually
like-
have to want to get there because it
Yes.
takes, you said, the effort and the time it
Yes.
actually takes to.
People don't do that.
Yeah.
They're so like ADHD or ADD nowadays. They're like just not focused enough to really build something genuine.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
You ever had sex with somebody you didn't build that yet with, right? But the sex was so intimate. It was so passionate, whatever that is for you, because it is different for everybody, right? But they were delivering all of your sexual needs that actually, yes, grab the drink.
The sloppy drink.
Yeah, the sloppy drink.
Yeah, it's called the sloppy. Okay.
Right? And they didn't spend that much time. You know, they didn't apply that much effort, but they knew how to satisfy you sexually and ultimately soulfully without realistically knowing you. You ever had that type of experience?
Yes, and it was short lived.
But that's a soul tie.
It wasn't a soul tie to me
You
because as
just
soon as I
untied the
seen,
knot.
yes, as soon as I seen, if a soul tie counts as when you're in me, we're connected, but as soon as you're out of me, I feel no connection from you, then I guess everybody I had sex with is a soul tie. Nobody, when I'm saying soul tie, like literally, like it's something that I'm yearning for, I'm addicted to. I feel the need, I'm yearning for you after the sex. I want something with you, we're building something, I'm thinking about you. When I have happy moments in my day, I want to call you and share those moments with you. When I have sad moments, I want to share those moments with you. I want to build with you, I want to grow with you. Yes, I want to build with you, I want to grow with you. I want to sit here and see, I want to make your problems my problems, and vice versa.
I think that's more relationship ties though. Like to me, a soul tie.
Sometimes when you can't stop thinking about somebody.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
but it,
all those
That's
things
what you just
require
said.
me to think of you.
but like what I'm saying
But
is,
right now,
a soul tie doesn't have to last forever.
Yeah, when they're not with me, I'm thinking of those things. I'm thinking of how I can make their issues my issues. I'm thinking of how I can grow with that person. All these are thoughts that when I'm not with them,
Like,
I'm thinking about.
Sometimes like a person left you, you have 20 relationships, there's that one person every morning you're waking up, you're thinking about them. Every night. Like,
So you mean from a breakup?
So is it forever?
Well, any
You
any
said
And
it's
then,
not
some
forever.
people can, I don't know. We go.
Connected to them forever.
So
it's
it's
a-
like,
to them.
It's the connection without. It's the connection without
consistency. Or yeah, with
It's
consent.
transmutation, like somehow your energies and your spirits just sync for some reason. You see what I'm saying? That's why the no condom, they say when you don't wear a condom, you transmute your energy and they transmute their energy into you. And you guys
Yeah.
are just,
And when you say thinking about them, like how often would you guys?
And it might be crazy,
it's not
like
excessive.
yeah. But it's like yo, like all right, yo, I wonder what Rico's doing right now. Let me go call that nigga real quick. And then like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cause like one of the videos that we watched, it was like a soul tie. They gave analogies like if you take two pieces of wood and you glue them together. After the glue dry, you remove them, but there's still pieces of wood on each other. It's not like totality where it's like a whole group. It's just little micro fragments of that other wood being attached to you or
Well,
something.
that means that you
but see, and again, that's like why I go back to it being more of a mental and an emotional thing. It's not the physical act of sex. It's literally like because you let your guard down here, you spent the time, the effort, and you've allowed somebody to get in here. Because if it's just sex, like that means you have a soul tie with literally everybody.
So is it, I feel like for you, Aaron, and I could be wrong, I feel like that would be true, right? Granted, that would be true. Granted, let's just say that that would be true. Granted, let me switch this actually.
All right.
How many people?
I'm sorry, Rico. The thing is, it's cool to be casual. Let's talk to the people because the people are watching.
Okay.
So I just want to include the people in it because this is YouTube,
So they have
and it's a
to-
YouTube community. So we want to make sure that we have everybody involved.
They
All
say
right.
my boy a referee now.
Yeah.
Okay, Harry, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
They made me do this.
Last one for today.
All right, so look, and I haven't thrown my flag out, but I'm about to throw it in a second. So out of all the people, now let's get real.
Yes.
All the people that y'all had sex with, without the condom, was that enough? Just the sex part, or majority aspect, was that enough for them to, I guess, earn a way to be a soul tie, where you feel like that body count, that body is like, I feel like a soul tie is that body is on you. Like I got a couple L's under my belt that I took, and I'm like, I want to get them off, and I don't think about them in a positive way. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have never did that with her.
Yeah.
That's a soul tie because it's tied to me. It's tied to what I feel when I realistically think about if I see her friend, and then I'm like, damn, I did that with her. Like whenever I see something.
Is that regret?
I don't think that's regret. It is regret, but it's also a
But
mixture
then
of
it
a
takes
tie.
someone else to remind you of it. Like you're not thinking of it on your own.
But
So
it's
does
still
that-
tied to me. Like to me, a non-soul tie or a body count is I did it, I forget about it, and when I revisit it in any form, way, shape, or fashion, I'm like whatever. But when I did it and I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have did it, or damn, I wonder what it's like, or damn, I hope they're doing well, or like I feel like if any of those other good or bad mindsets comes into play, they got a piece of me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a piece of y'all often. You feel me? I'm like
So you want to know
20%.
something? If that's the case, my number went down even less.
Yeah.
Less. If that's the case, my number went down even less. I'll say 1.5, maybe 2, because 2 people are making a half and a half. 1.5. I'm serious. One person in total, one has a half, another person has a half. That's it. Out of all the people I've done what I've
I
done.
agree. I'm really on the same thing.
Yeah, like if that's the case.
I don't agree with y'all. I want to challenge this
Well,
play,
that's cool.
but I can't challenge it because I don't know y'all real histories,
Yeah.
ladies. So I'm gonna just put my flag away for now.
He just wanted to show y'all his little,
Yeah.
his
My
little
scarf
head
flag.
scarf.
I call it a scab. But like my thing is like but I feel like you can have soul ties without, with using a condom too. Cause I had a one night stand that turned to a relationship, and that one night stand started with a condom, but the sex was wild. I violated that hotel, and because it was so crazy, I was like, oh yeah. And then
Wait, with a condom every time?
He said the first time.
No, I'm saying that night. The first time that night, because I know you probably smashed
that
me
night,
something.
no. That night, I had sex like literally the whole night.
Yeah, and you
feel
took
me?
the condom off after that first time, is what you're saying?
What do you mean?
After like the first.
After the first
No,
time?
the first night.
So that first night you kept it on the whole time?
Yeah, well, I had to use a couple. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
It wasn't the same one. That's not real.
No, I'm saying not the same one, but like you know how sometimes you start?
I
know
tried
where you
to,
going.
but I tried to, and she said, mm-mm. I said,
Yeah.
fine, all
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Walk back to the drawer,
Yes,
and
go get it,
grab it, and I
yes.
put it back on.
Okay.
And so when I did that,
Which is what Danny said. I just want to point that out.
well, but that was also like a humbug, like it was a crazy. But anyways, it turned into a relationship.
Okay.
I ended up flying out to the state that she was at 2 weeks later, and I was chilling with her in her state and all that. And you know, at that time, I wasn't playing with my full account.
Yeah.
I gotta collect you.
What you mean collect?
No condom, I collect you.
Collect
Oh,
the
so you
soul.
said I'm taking a stand, I'm not using no condom this time, and that's it?
No.
I done said
She
what I
had it
said.
right. She had it right.
What? To
Take the
collect the
soul.
soul.
Take the soul. You don't use a condom. You take the soul.
Oh, so that's what your purpose of going there was to do?
No, it wasn't my purpose. But when I got there, I'm like, this was gonna happen. Like I don't even
You
get.
knew?
I did this the first time for you. The second time for me.
So you told her this?
Yeah.
And what she said?
Okay. Then we got into a relationship. It lasted 6 months, 7 months.
We both looking like.
But if you're a guy and you don't use a
Okay,
condom,
yeah.
you will get her. Like I don't know, these ladies are different. I gotta thank God that I haven't ran into ladies like y'all where if I don't use a condom with y'all and y'all could just dismiss me like that. Like I'd be like, damn, hold on. But I guess it's real.
What about
This didn't happen overnight though.
soul ties?
It could have.
I just want to get clarification. Are soul ties like literally there's a piece of every single person?
Yeah.
I want to read it to you guys, right?
Yes, thank you.
From soulmate or twin flames, we can all have a sort of relationship. So a soul tie is a connection with somebody deeply embedded in your soul. Certified sex therapist DeAndre tells. Often as though to happen after you had intercourse with someone. She notes it's often presented from very syngender.
It's just that transferring of energy. That's
So synergy?
Yeah, that's really what it is. Like you can measure energy in a room, so you see like your body got energy, and let's say his body got energy, right?
Is it like being tied to the wrong soulmate?
No, it's
No.
like if you have sex, it's kind of like y'all cycling energy, right? Now when you part, some of his energy gets left into you, right?
Mhm.
It's like, it's like you get a soul tie. 'Cause-
So it's not a circumstantial thing. It's literally every person that you're with.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, every person that you're with without a condom.
Okay.
Wait, without a condom?
Without a condom.
Oh, then that's different, of course.
That's the transmutation.
You know, like, I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
We
You
know,
know,
we know.
Nah, I'm just saying something else, but what I would say is that I think that, like, and for a guy, like in the video we watched, it said that a guy, it said that,
Oh yeah.
it said that a guy typically, there was a terminology that they used where it said that women develop more of something like chemically in their brain, where it makes it harder for them to part ways with the man, versus a man, it can still happen, but he has less of whatever that name is.
Can I keep it raw with you? Like, if I keep it really raw, the more heartbreak I've had, the
Nah, it
easier it's
wasn't-
become, honestly.
The more what?
The more heartbreak I've had, the easier it's become.
That's what I was gonna say
And
though.
I'm just keeping it real, like, at the point that I'm at now, like, I done had my heart broke a few times, and now it's just like, I'm so stone-hearted that it's just like, I hate to go into things expecting, you know, the worst,
Anything.
but I don't go into anything expecting
It's gonna be the
anything.
best. Yeah.
Because it's like, at the end of the day, I done got done all sorts of different kinds of ways that I allowed myself because I was vulnerable, and I was like so, green about a lot of things, to get hurt mad times, and I found myself questioning myself and my worth and wondering what it was wrong with me, and I'm like, I had to think about it, it's nothing wrong with me, it's just something wrong with the decisions I was making in terms of who I was choosing to allow to enter me that didn't deserve me to that capacity, aka wrong.
Mm.
Not everybody deserves that trip, that ride, that experience. It's a one-of-a-kind experience, honey. And nobody deserves to get that unless they're willing to take the time to dedicate the things that I need them to dedicate, which is time, consistency, patience, really taking the time to get to know me, and all that I have to offer. And it's become even more difficult because before, when I was a stripper and I was just an exotic entertainer, it was more so that people were just chasing me because they wanted some ass and they like how I look, they wanted some pussy, whatever. But now, add a good look, a pretty person, to now you got some bread. Now I gotta wonder if people are coming after me for more than just ass, but for financial stability as well. So it makes it even harder for me as a person being in the life of social media influencer, whatever you want to call it, to date now, because I have to really be careful who I give my time to. Because I need to make sure that people are not looking at me as an opportunity or just a notch on the belt to say, oh, I fucked Zamina Hall. So I have to be very careful.
And I encourage all men to think like that too.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying?
I encourage
Because-
anybody that has something going on to think
Yeah,
like that.
but like the thing is like I had to stop myself because men don't think like that all the time.
Mhm.
We think that, we forget that we're a prize. Not saying that y'all not, but
Yeah.
good men are a prize too, or men with value or substance is a prize too, and you can't just be dispersing that just everywhere.
No.
Cause not everybody deserves it the same way you feel not everybody deserves you.
Yes.
As a man, I feel like not every girl deserves me.
Of course.
You
And
know?
I feel like that's a person thing. That's a people thing. Realizing and coming into yourself, realizing your worth, your value, and that everybody deserves to come into your space and your energy, and you share that with people. You can't just, even forget sex. You can't just allow people to even be in your space, in your comfort, in your zone.
It's the
Like
mental
that.
part.
Yes.
So
That's the demisexual part.
It is.
Yes, that's the demisexual part.
my question for you guys is, can you share your body without sharing your energy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I share my body all the time. I share my energy. What you say?
But in the
You have
way,
to
wait,
protect your energy.
in the way of having sex, you
But
mean?
share your body.
Can you? Oh, okay. Let me rephrase it. Aaron, can you share your body sexually without sharing your energy?
Yeah, absolutely.
How?
I think if you're
Yeah.
I what? Yes, I think a person can share their body without particularly sharing their energy because how do I want to be frank about this, but I don't
Please
want to sugarcoat it.
Don't sugarcoat it.
I think
You're
if
not
you-
known for sugarcoating.
If you're a person who has the ability to compartmentalize, sex is sex. It is a physical act that the most menial animals in this world have. It's just a physical act. it's either for pleasure or for reproduction. That's literally all that it is. If you can compartmentalize that with sharing your feelings, your emotions, your sadness, your, you know, just the essence of you, if you can get through sex like that, you're fine. You're not jeopardizing your emotional energy, you're not jeopardizing your mental energy, you're not jeopardizing being sleepy, you're not jeopardizing, you know, your career. It's literally a physical act, and that's the end of it. But I think but listen, you have to be a person who has the ability.
If I go
to
into it knowing that
compartmentalize.
I'm literally just gonna fuck, like if I literally go into a situation knowing, all right, me and him are about to just hook up, we're about to have sex, and I leave after that, I'm cool. Like I literally won't even bother call you. I won't even bother text you because it was what it was. It was fun.
So,
I gotta go into it knowing that.
so if he kisses you on your neck
I don't care. Everything is
and
cool.
he touches
But here's
you,
what's not cool.
and he caresses you,
Don't tell me you love. Don't
It's
tell
this.
me you love me.
It's this. Look, as a fella, it's this.
I don't
was-
care about that. I can kiss you too. You can eat me out. You can do all that. Like listen, it's
Oral
cool.
pleasure is different. What I was, and this is a fact too, because all right, the question was initially was, can you have sex and not mix your energy, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Mhm.
And the best way that I would do that, no intimacy.
Yes.
But like you have to strip intimacy from sex.
Yes.
And it's very different. In intimacy, when you start kissing, for example, if you start kissing and she start looking like that poster, and then now she's all into it and you feel her vibes are into
Give
it,
me that flag.
nah,
Yeah.
you're not getting
Yeah.
that flag.
Get the flag.
That's when you're starting to mix energies by mixing intimacy. I'm not saying that y'all can't detach yourselves when it's done. We're not talking about detaching. We're talking about never engaging. So like, there's point in times where I had sex and I never looked at her, I never kissed her, and yo, it was so.
That's weird.
It was so savage like.
Yes.
But this is what it is when you don't mix energies.
I get it, but that. All right, look. I feel like communication is where a lot of people lack. I feel like finessing is what a lot of people do. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say this one, guys. Finesse a lot. They finesse into the coochie. That's where I have a problem. My problem is this: if you want some coochie, just say you want some coochie. And maybe a girl that's with it will be with it enough to say like, all right, I just want some dick.
You
And
know,
I'm cool with that. I am like that. If I know I just want something and you just want something, I'm cool with that. But here's where I don't become cool with it. Here's where I don't become, all the things you do before and after, why are you holding me after? Don't hold me, okay? We don't need to hold each other.
don't be held. Get
No,
up.
wait.
Nah.
No, wait,
No,
no,
get
no,
up.
no,
If you
no,
don't
wait,
wanna
wait,
be-
no,
if you don't
no,
wanna-
no.
nah, if you don't want to be held,
If I'm laying there
then
and you
move
come
my
on me, I'm
arm.
not about to be rude and be like, get up.
Why
Nah.
not? It's
My girl is
transactional.
courteous.
Nah,
It's
I'm
transactional.
there you go, courteous.
My girl is
I'm
courteous.
But then when you get
So-
courteous, you get mixy.
Nah,
So when
I'm
you
not
say-
getting mixy because I don't get my feelings turned on.
No,
That
but
was the old
if I'm holding, look, it took you to lose before you won.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I start holding you
Yeah.
after everything has
Yeah.
happened,
Yes.
right? And now you now you got your head on my chest. My chest ain't really little. You know what I'm saying? So now you
It's
got
percolating, okay.
and I got you like this.
Okay.
And now after sex, I put on Netflix.
Yeah.
This is the chill part.
Yes.
Right? And now after that, we done mixed energies. Because like I said,
I
once you
still disagree.
once you
I'm up
start
here
mixing
smelling
energies,
you, your muscles are percolating, I'm laying on your pecs, it's popping right here, and I'm like looking at you and I'm just gazing into your, your goatee, it's all lined up fresh, it's nice, you looking good, lips is looking juicy. I'm up here imagining my future with you because I'm like, oh, he holding me now I could see a future where it's like, oh, this was good, he laid it down, it was great,
but
and now
that's
he's
why
holding
you
me.
gotta go like
That's
this.
what y'all need not do though, that's what I'm trying to say,
You
but
gotta-
that's what
wait,
you're not
wait.
doing.
I have to speak on
You have
this.
to take my arm off of you.
No, man.
don't forget the people.
Just don't do it.
In my opinion, sex is performative.
Yes.
Meaning, as you age and you engage more in sex, you get better at it.
Mhm.
You get better at making the moment enjoyable for everybody, for each person involved.
That's finessing.
So it's not finessing.
Right? I finesse my way.
Let me finish. In my opinion, is not because when I was 20, I wasn't fucking like I am now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
bro. Okay.
So at the end of the day, my shit is a performance, and it's
Yes.
going to get better as the years progress
Yes.
and how much I'm having sex. So if I feel like, oh, he probably want to let me lay on him, then fucking do it. It don't mean we finna get married. It means we're watching TV and
What?
we just.
No,
I
I
gotta
gotta
find-
leave after the act. I gotta leave. I gotta leave.
I'm
or-
throwing the flag right
I'm
now.
not about to-
Absolutely not.
No.
No, I'm.
Don't hold me,
Absolutely not.
please. Don't hold me. I
Thank
feel
you.
like don't hold me after the sex. I'm sorry.
No
I
offense,
don't-
Aaron, but
I'm-
No, but I'm like, come
you've been in
here.
a relationship for a very long
That's
time.
when things start getting intimate.
Okay.
So it's different. So like, if you, like, let me just give
I was single. I've only been married 4 years. You're single until you're married.
Okay, whatever.
So I want you
Whatever
to
you wanna
understand that.
That's whatever the hell you want to say. I don't care about that. What I'm gonna say is, if you was a 30-year-old Aaron with a 30-year-old Rico, you're gonna be hugged up and you're gonna be finessed because you got bailed out the game early, which I'm glad for you because you're not a victim to it.
I was 37 when I got married, boo.
But you were with him 4 years. So what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day is when you never at 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, you didn't meet the big players yet. You didn't meet the big
I
players.
know my husband at 25.
But what I'm saying is the men around that age aren't big players yet. Once a man starts to mature to the 27 to 32 range, that's when they become a real threat where they'll snatch your soul. They'll hold you like this, and then you mix your energies, and you have a soul tie, and you never hear from them again.
So
That's a whole different
I
type
have
of animal.
I have a question for you guys, right?
I'll just say that I have I know how to detach myself from things. I know how to compartmentalize things. I can literally hate you and sit here and laugh and kiki with you and put on an amazing show.
Of course, that's
Like,
business.
I don't.
That's a good one.
No, but I'm just saying.
All
I'm just
right.
saying, like I know how to compartmentalize.
But where do you draw the line between now and you're getting confused? Because if somebody holds you after sex, and now they're like doing things that's intimate to me. Intimacy is like all the things that are around sex. Everything that's around sex is intimate. Holding hands is
Emotional.
yes.
Mhm.
Anything that happens before and after sex is intimacy to me. So if you're holding my hand, if you're feeding me, and you're talking, like you're actually showing interest in certain things, all right, cool. After the sex is what I'm saying, not before, because before you could just be finessing me to get some coochie. But after, if you're still doing those things, now I'm sitting here thinking, oh, he really wants to take it somewhere because he's still asking questions. He's still holding my hand. He's still holding me. He's trying to really dig deep and see me again. He wants to like do all the extras. I'm like, okay, well maybe he wants more than what I thought he wanted. Maybe it wasn't just a fuck. That's where it starts getting
And
intimate.
some men like intimacy. You know that some men like intimacy.
Yeah, but then that's when you get a thin line between love and hate kind of girl. And then you looking like, what the hell? Yeah, what the hell happened?
But
You caused that.
here's my question for you guys, right? I want to find out about the
Yeah, I got good
I'm about
eyes.
to put it right over here.
Oh, yeah.
The titties is,
And I ain't even got that much.
The
They'll be
titties
good.
in right now.
Wait.
Titties.
Thank everybody on YouTube Live.
Yes, they
Feel
titties.
free to ask us questions
Yes.
too, by the
This
way.
how I be.
Yes, they titties right now.
for the girls who call guys that are like too soft, right? Who like to hold hands, who like to kiss, who like to hold you, who like to do all that.
I don't
It
think
might
that's
not
really
be
soft.
it might not be a turn on to some women, right? But and that's the first question. And the second question is, who's the person? Not for you, Aaron, because you're married, but you.
I'll tell you about my life when I was single.
Okay.
I was once married.
I don't like opinions.
All right. Well, all
I was
right.
once married.
Y'all really want to go there for all three of you guys?
Yes.
Y'all really want to go there? Who's the person in your past that you would say is the closest to a soul tie to you today?
That person deserves not even to be
Oh,
spoken
talk
about.
about it. Where's my
Speak on
flag?
it though.
That person deserves not even to be spoken about.
Yeah, where's my flag? Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Alex.
the flag. Let me touch the flag.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how they do it at
Leave me
Apollo.
alone.
Let me touch it. 'Cause,
She was good, all right?
yeah, he was alright or whatever.
Can we speak on it? Because I just want to ask you a question about it to the point. What my question for you about it is this: there's a lot of people who don't know how to break soul ties.
Mm.
You seem to say you did it unconventional by getting your heart broken a couple of times, kind of trained you into breaking it. What would you say? You had a person basically you still have a soul tie with the way you look right now.
Cheesy.
You know what's so crazy?
Hard.
Nah, let me tell you something crazy. I literally just posted about this on my Instagram today, right? I took that time, every time I ever got hurt, like in any sort of way,
We're not gonna dance. Let's go back around.
I focused on
We're gonna
getting
stay on
ready.
that one. No,
Yes.
no. Forget about money. Forget
Okay.
about all of that.
Okay,
Let's go right back to that person.
okay.
And you know who I'm talking about. I don't even know who that person is.
I'm about to finish this drink real quick. Go ahead, I'm listening. I gotta finish this for that. Go ahead, I'm listening.
All right. Now that person, you're still tied to that person even if you're not together. For somebody to say somebody's not even deserved to be talked about, that means you don't want nothing to do with that person.
I don't.
Right? And that means that person caused some kind of hurt to you.
Yes.
It either caused some kind of betrayal to you.
Yes.
It did something to you that's bad. But there's a part of your soul that still misses and yearns for that person.
Heck no.
Right? Do you think about that person every day?
No.
Every so often.
Soul ties don't mean you yearn for the person. Doesn't
No.
mean you, it means the person has had an impact on your soul.
I check every once in a while to see how like little,
Like, is he alive?
like, you know, is he miserable?
You don't, okay,
Is he alright or
Is his
whatever?
wife
So you still
ugly?
check on him?
Every once in a while, I might check on that person, him or her, whoever it is, because I ain't gonna let the person know him or her. I might check on them to see if they're okay, if they're alive, and if they're miserable without me and stuff, and my glow up and stuff, or whatever. But yeah,
Is that the person that hurt you the most?
oh yes.
Talk to us about it. Talk to Aaron and Rico
I
about it.
mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want them to be looking at this and be thinking it's them. So I'm trying to like dance.
No, but
You
the
know,
thing
but-
about it is that in these
You
8
trying
at
to
the
the vulnerable
table,
side of me. That's
it's
what
not
you-
even about the vulnerable.
And I
In
drink
these
all
8
this
at the
stuff
table
too.
conversations, it's like there's people going through it.
Okay, so you want me to say exactly what the real on like how I feel right now about that person?
I had a
like,
conversation today. Somebody told me, they said, you know, when I watch your show, it just navigates me through a lot of things
It's
in my life.
therapeutic.
Yeah, so I'm
I
like,
get
well, you know what? It's not me. It's the people that come here and do it.
Okay, so
It's the people. So
if
we don't do that, if you don't be the
in
real,
the cause of helping and being therapeutic,
go
I'll
with Aaron
give
and
you-
Rico.
I'll give you the real. So the question was what again? I'm gonna take it from a different, because before I was like, I'm taking it now.
Is
What was the question again?
there a part of you that still thinks about that one person that had a big impact on your soul?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
There's something
I think about that person and how we could have been, so if I keep it real, right? Where I am in life, I'm very successful in so many different ways. And I can't help but to think about if they would have done the things that they were supposed to do, aka the things I was doing, being loyal, just give, I never ask in any relationship for more than I give. I always ask for what I give. And I also questioned at one point in time, maybe God wasn't sending me who I was supposed to have because I wasn't ready and I wasn't where I was supposed to be at in life. So, back to the question you asked me. I sit back and all the successes I have, the hotel I bought,
Welcome to New York.
That's fine,
What
yeah.
can they hear?
We're in New York.
Okay.
We're on YouTube. And we're in New York.
Okay.
They're experiencing everything we're experiencing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The good, the bad.
the good, the
But can you
bad,
still
right?
hear her? If it's
You don't have the headphones on, Playboy?
I can hear it. I hear it. You're good.
So the multiple properties, the hotels, the $1 million homes, the penthouses, the dream cars, all that. I can't help but to sit back and think that it's a wonderful experience, and I sometimes wish that if that person would have done right by me, that they could have shared it with me.
Mm.
And I was just being, this is the first time I've ever said that.
I hope so.
It's the first time I ever said that. Like, I sit back and think, like, if they would have done right, and they would have done the things that they were supposed to do, we could have shared that life and all the things together. Because don't get me wrong, I never understood until I got to where I'm at. What is it to have all these wonderful things with no one to share it with? No
That's the
one
only
loyal.
person you want to share it with?
I don't want to share with him.
I
at
mean,
all.
you
Or
know.
her.
Can I ask you a question?
them.
Him or her.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What differentiated that person from everybody else?
Now you about to make me give up who it is, and I'm not trying to do that.
I just want to know because I think it's something that would be great for everybody as a learning thing, you know? Because you're telling us that very small percentages of people that you actually had sexual encounters with are considered soul ties. So like, what is, or what did they do to become a soul tie? What is it that, you know, how did they differentiate themselves?
Alright. Y'all asked for it. Should I give it to him? Alright, I'm gonna give it to him. We were married.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we
We
go.
were married. So that's the soul tie among soul ties.
You free now.
That's, yes. And now that I've actually said it, I am free now. But yeah, we were married. So obviously, when you have someone that you actually take it there with, to a point that you can see yourself spending forever with them, you obviously wanna imagine, okay, if I would have got things together with this person, things would have been amazing, things would have been great. But obviously that person didn't deserve it, which is why God didn't bless me with those things until after we were divorced. Literally. God, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I was married, I experienced homelessness. I experienced so many things. Can I have more tissue, please? I'm hot. This liquor's getting to me. But yes, when I was married, I experienced so many things. Eviction notices, repossessions, lights getting cut off, sleeping in my car, literally, broken hand, broken foot, working in a club as a stripper with a broken foot. Imagine that.
Hustling.
Hustling. Hustling with a husband by your side. It makes you wonder, like, what the heck do I have a partner for if I gotta go through all this alone?
By yourself.
All this by yourself. So I'm not gonna lie, as much as I wanted to sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor now that I have with that person, God didn't bless me on purpose while I was with that person with the things that I have now, because He knew and heard the conversations that I didn't hear that was had when I wasn't in the presence of that person about me. And that's why He didn't bless me with those things. Because it's no coincidence that a year after, literally a year after, my divorce was official. And not even before that. Like, as soon as I said, I made up my mind, I said I'm going for a divorce,
Everything happened.
everything happened that I always wanted to happen. And Lord, it's so funny because literally right after things were happening for me, I kept thinking about that person. I'm like, damn, I wonder what this person would have said. I wonder how it would have been to share these things with this person. I wonder how it would have been. And then my mom, God, people, different, God sends different people in your life to share things with you that they might not even know you needed to hear, but you hear it through them.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why did you get married to him?
Good question. That's a good question.
Because I loved that person at the time.
Why?
Why?
You've been with other people. Why did you love that person?
Well, I'll be honest with you. On that note,
Honest.
he tapped into my demisexual side. But as I sat back and thought about it, he had no other choice to. He was in jail. What other side could he have tapped into? He wasn't around. So when I sat back and was like, oh, jail talk. I thought about it afterwards, but when you're young and this is the first time you're going around with somebody in that kind of situation, you don't necessarily understand or know those things until you experience them. So I experienced those things, and I'm mad that you brought this out of me, because Lord, I wasn't supposed to be talking about this.
No, but it's
that's
beautiful.
what we do.
This is therapeutic, and I needed to.
But it's beautiful
Because
to
it's my
hear.
story.
But my thing is this, right? My question for you is, forgiveness is a hard thing. I'm not really a big forgiving kind of person.
No?
No.
I was like, I'll forget it before I forgive it.
Okay.
But
I feel that.
But I wonder sometimes if somebody's your soulmate or you're so tied to somebody, can you forgive them and win at the end of that?
Yes, I think
Yes.
Like
That's
meaning
what I
that if
did.
you forgave him and shared your love back with him,
Hell.
could it
Hell
be the
no.
only love?
Hell no.
And my only reason I'm
so.
saying
She
this.
said, hell no.
Oh,
No.
Wait, listen to what I'm saying to you. The reason why I'm saying this is like, we all think we know what we're gonna find, what we're looking for. But what we're looking for, where we find it, is usually not where we think we was gonna find it.
Meaning the grass is not greener on the other side?
No, meaning like,
You think you know what you want, but you're gonna get what you need, and it's never gonna be the same. It could get confusing.
You think you know what you want. but
it's
you-
like,
I'm
all right, it's like, there's these two business
Okay.
partners, right? There's these two business partners. They made millions of dollars together.
Okay.
Then they had a misunderstanding, then they broke up. Each of them went on their way, and neither of them ever saw that same success.
Mhm.
And people were saying, why don't y'all just get back together and y'all could be successful? They were like, fuck him. They just hated each other, real hatred.
Mhm.
So like 10 years passed.
Wait, is this Selena? Is this Selena Hovon?
No.
Jesus.
It was their breakup was a big thing.
But it's very common, right? So the thing about it is,
Right.
so 10 years passed, they got them back together somehow, some way. First year, they made more money than they made ever. It's just some people together do better together.
Yeah.
And that's financial, but that's financial. When I talk about money, we're talking about your heart and your love.
But it's different.
That wasn't my case at all. I literally, when I was with that person, see, I've grown so much. I've grown so much. When I was with that person, I didn't even love myself. I didn't even love myself. I learned how to love myself after I left that person, and I know that because the things that I dealt with and tolerated, I would have never, and I would never tolerate now, because I love myself way more. And don't get me wrong, yeah, I have my times where it gets lonely, but I'd rather be lonely than to be stressed out and settling for less. I just had that conversation with my dear friend assistant, and I was just saying today, I literally cried because I was like, you know, I have all these wonderful things I would love to share with somebody, but I'm not about to just share with anybody, because not everybody is deserving of that, and not everybody is deserving of, I literally put my blood, sweat, and tears to get to where I'm at right now. You think I'm about to just share it with everybody, or anybody, just because they are showing me a little interest, or I think they're cute, or they got a little good dick? No. Or some good coochie? No. Not everybody deserves that. So with that being said, if I don't see or feel like a person is deserving of that, I'm quick to say, thank you, but no thank you. I'd rather be where I'm at now and focusing on my next business endeavor and doing the things that I once dreamed of, I'm doing now, than to be sitting here allowing someone to take my time, energy, and money. Because that's what literally, when you love the wrong person, it's going to happen and can happen. They literally take from you, like your soul. You're not even able to focus on making money. You're not even able to focus on being, yes, even you see how you took your time, you put yourself together so pretty? If you were heartbroken and you were like really like distraught, at one point in time my hair was falling out. My hair was falling out, I was in the hospital all the time, except for upper respiratory infections, my asthma was bothering me. I have asthma, but I don't take pumps for it. During that time, I was so stressed, I was always in the hospital and I looked horrible. I didn't even want to do anything to take care of my upkeep because I was just so stressed and focused on loving someone that didn't love me and trying to figure out why they didn't love me. Never again will I do that again.
But you did say that you didn't love yourself.
I did.
You're in a totally different mental
space,
space,
which is why, to answer his question, I would never get back with that person again. Because that person made me realize that I didn't love myself, and I can never go back to that again. I always am gonna love me. So that's why I would never get back with that person. But I forgive them now.
I think that.
Just so you know, I forgive you.
It's a beautiful
Yes,
thing.
I forgive you. I forgive you, and I thank you so much because you taught me red flags. You know what red flags is, right?
Yeah.
Anytime I see a red flag that remind me of you, I get out. Right away. Right away.
I think completely different, but I want to hear what Rico got to say. Because you left so much room open.
I did. I love it. Let's go.
But I love it.
But
Let's go. I love it.
I want to say I need to thank my mother.
Mm.
Because I've never had a bad girlfriend. I never had one. I always knew how to pick them and what to pick and what to look for. Any one of my exes that I would have since I was 18 years old, so over the past decade, I would say they grew to be something beautiful. And they were something beautiful when I was with them. And even though it didn't work out, I grew to be something beautiful. They grew to be something beautiful, and we never had problems. Any one of my exes.
How?
Because like when you know good people, you know good people. And
No, I'm a big believer. Yeah.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. Like
Merchandise available. That sounds poetic.
That's
You can
how
click
it
on it now.
Link your bio?
and don't forget, I'm the flag holder, so you can never throw the flag on me.
Okay.
But look, so on some real shit. And I say this to every girl that I get into a serious relationship with, I'm cool with all of my exes. And it's not because I'm cool with them because we're cool. No, I'm cool with them because they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. And even though we weren't good at that time frame, at the same exact token, it's kind of different from my life from a lot of others' lives because every time we broke up or my relationships ended, it's because I got to the next step in my career, which they couldn't deal with. So it was never a problem. It's not that I had emotional problems with them. It's not that I had, physical or financial problems with them. It's that the pressures that I was getting, they couldn't deal with, which is cool. And I had to learn to accept that. So
who's the girl that you feel
Yes.
is the closest to your soul tie?
Thank
Because
you.
Yes,
a beautiful,
the
the closest to my soul tie, right? Outside of the mother of my child, right?
good one.
Outside of the mother of my child, which is a whole different ball game, because when you have, and I have a great mother of my child, so I'm proud of myself in that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great
Right.
disclaimer.
Yeah, I have a great one. I don't have one that, all my friends talked about and I was scared of. I don't got that.
Great.
I have a great mother of my child. But outside of that, I would say the closest soul tie would be the relationship that I had prior. But I don't know if it's so much that it's a soul tie, even though we did have a great relationship. I think it was also some type of regret because it's the first time I was wrong in a relationship. When I didn't treat her the way that she was supposed to be treated at the tail end of the relationship. So I'm used to
Wait, you've never been wrong in a relationship?
I've never been wrong when it comes to the ending of the relationship. Not
Regret it?
I don't want to say I regret it, but it's something that's new to me. Cause I'm an athlete, right?
Do you regret it?
No, I
Be
don't.
vulnerable.
No, I'm being dead ass serious.
Yeah.
I'm being dead ass serious, right? And my whole athlete from high school to collegiate, I was always taught leave it all on the field. You can never, when you lose, but you gave it your best.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't give it my best. So
Okay.
the only thing, if I would regret,
Yeah.
I regret my actions.
Yeah.
But would I have been something, bigger?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I regret that I didn't fully give her the best version of me at my peak.
And you kind of don't know at this point what
Yeah,
could
It
have
could
been.
have been.
And I would never know.
And you have to live with that.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that I would say is, if you want to call it regret, it's not towards her or the relationship, it's towards just me not putting my best foot forward like I usually do. So that's it. But I don't know if that's why it's a soul tie, because it's that part that triggers in my mind, or if it was because we actually had a great relationship and I ruined it. You know what I'm saying? So it's up in the air,
Doesn't sound like
Well,
a
if you-
soul tie.
You have regret.
Now that sounds like a soul tie to me. Because he's gonna have to ever think about that for the rest of his life and always wonder what could have been if he had.
But I ain't gonna lie to you,
His own.
there's other things that allow me, like everything has pros and cons, right? So some of the cons that were in that relationship allowed me and influenced me to go exercise other rights. Playing devil's advocate. That's why I was doing what I was doing. That's why I never doubled back. And when I did try to double back, it was after I had doubled up. So it's like, I really believe that if I truly was gonna be with this person, I probably would have seen it.
You took accountability in that way,
Yeah.
but
But
did
there has
you
to be a
really
reason for
sit
why.
back? No.
Yeah.
Did you really sit back and think about every situation, and on the mature side that you are now, where you are now, maturity level, and think about the fact of each little argument that you had?
I never had arguments with her like that.
Well, each little encounter, whatever you're talking about, that you just mentioned, that you had, could you have handled it differently? Could you have taken more accountability, and instead of using your actions to benefit yourself in that moment, actually sit down with your significant other, your partner, and talk to them and fix it, rather than going out to double up or you.
Nah, the thing is, like, the relationship that I had at that point in time, I'm not the type to really argue with my lady. I can't. If I'm gonna argue with you, especially more often than not, I'm gonna leave you. Point blank, period. Because you're a nuisance to me. And I don't.
Some men don't like
And
to
I don't
argue.
deal with nuisance.
No, actually, I
I'm not arguing with you once.
Some men don't like to
I'm
argue.
not saying once a week, but
If I argue with you, it has to be
Maybe once every 3 months.
one seasonal argue. That's it. So you get 4
you gotta
arguments.
realize, it's two different human beings with two different personalities, two different upbringings, two different ways of life, two different thinking patterns
And to be
that are trying to
fighting,
come. I'm not saying fighting, but knowing that there is love there and that you all can take accountability and respect each other's boundaries and know how to rationally talk without saying, you know what, F this, I'm right, No, I try to see both sides.
So it's a discussion.
But if,
A discussion.
but even if
Which
it's,
is fair.
That's
but a
right.
discussion and an
Even with
argument is
an
different.
but even with an argument, there has to be that one person that's willing to allow that person to be wrong or wrong and strong, whatever it is, and be the mature person to say,
Yep.
you know what?
But-
See, but that's where I'm
but-
different.
but-
I'm going to be that person
But see,
because I've grown.
you gotta also understand that it's a two-way street.
It
and
is.
You're not always gonna be right.
You're right, and
And-
that's
and-
why I just said that.
But no. What I say about always gonna be right is you're not always gonna be that bigger person. So when you're not that bigger person in an idealistic situation, you need your spouse to be the bigger
And
person.
that's when you guys
But
take
when
time.
you're both not being the bigger person, that's when you both fight often. So me, I don't deal with fighting because if I'm wrong, she's gonna be like, all right, you're wrong, be cool. In a day or an hour, whatever it is, we're gonna revisit this conversation.
Yeah.
And then and when she was wrong, I'm gonna say, all right, be wrong.
Yeah,
And whatever time we're gonna revisit this conversation. And that's how we had many discussions,
yeah.
very few arguments. But the thing that changed everything wasn't my relationship, it was my money. So once I started getting more money, and especially I was dating her at a younger age, right? So at a young
Do you
age,
feel like you changed when you got the money?
no, I did change.
Yeah.
I did. It's not that I feel like I
But not
did
in a
change.
bad way, in a way that was threatening your relationship?
Yes, of course, because my thing
I'm
is-
glad you admit though,
Yeah, of
I'm glad
course,
you
like-
admit, I like that.
how I like, and everybody knows, I'm not gonna beat the dead horse, how I grew up and to where I got to with the amount of money that I had. It's the first time I ever had,
Okay.
you know, over 6 figures in my life. So I felt like I was Al Capone. Like, I was like, I can do whatever I want to do.
Mhm.
If you don't like it, then you don't like it. I like it. I love it.
Dang.
And that was what
But
happened.
that's honest.
It got to my
It's
head and
honest,
it
I don't like
ruined
it though, that's honest.
But from his own experience, which
It
is
is.
which is courageous to admit.
I don't like it though, but
You
it's
know,
honest though.
What's the 99% thing people say? Oh, I get money, I won't change. But it's not true.
It is
Oh, I'm
true.
changing.
That means you never got money.
No,
I'm
no,
changing.
no, I gotta stop it right here.
I'm changing.
I got money and I have not changed. I am still humble as heck. Anybody that knows me from when I didn't have a dime to where I am now, they applaud me and commend me because I'm
All right.
humble as
I'm
heck.
humble too.
All right, no. I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
Okay.
You ready for my question?
Yes.
You don't think I'm humble?
Now that you have money, right?
Yes. What?
You make sure you keep tabs to be humble, right?
Okay.
So that's how you remain humble.
No, I don't have to keep tabs.
You don't have to remind yourself to be humble.
No.
Yeah.
If it's who you are, I think
You're
That's
an
just
exception.
who I am.
You're
Let
an
me tell you
exception to
something.
the
You know,
rule.
no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I was on the come up, I had a lot of people that shitted on me and treated me like shit and made me feel like I wasn't even worthy of a conversation or worthy to be in the room. So I always remembered that. And I said, when I finally get money and I get to where I am able to like really like the places that I've dreamed of, like literally where I'm at now, I've always dreamed of I want to be here. And this is still my fetal moment. I'm still in my fetal stages. I have plenty more growth to achieve, but I'm way further than where I was. But I always said, I will never make someone feel how I feel right now. I remember those moments. I felt like crap. I felt like I didn't belong there. People made me feel like I wasn't even worthy of having a conversation with.
My question for you is this, right? And I want to go to Aaron.
I didn't
with
change
her
that way
sometimes.
either.
No. My question for you is this. When you have money, you can go out to eat
Of course.
just about every day.
Mhm.
And usually you can go out to eat for a couple $100 every day.
Okay.
Maybe $300 every day,
Okay.
which is a lot of money. Man.
Mhm.
It's relatively $300 to go out to eat
You said
4 or 5 times, right? So if somebody says, "Oh, I don't have that kind of money. Don't go out to eat every day," do you become humble and says, "I'm not gonna go out to eat,"
No, I take them out to eat with me.
and you pay for that,
Yes.
and that's how you show humility?
No, it hasn't. I'm not even thinking about humility at that point.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that you're in my presence and I want to eat seafood, and that's what I like to eat. So we're going to eat seafood.
Okay.
Period.
whether you have it or not.
Whether you have it or not, we going out. Anybody that knows me knows that about me. If you're around me, I don't care if you have it, don't have it. We gonna eat good.
I mean, but
Thank
that,
you.
okay, so
We
like,
gonna eat good.
now can we speak realistic though?
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to go to Aaron. Aaron, let's talk about
I'm
your
gonna keep my
the
flag
closest
on
to
you.
your
And
soul
I'm-
side.
No, you can't go to flag. 'Cause anybody that knows me,
No, I believe that you
nobody
do
can
that.
never say
Yeah.
like Everybody that's around me gonna eat.
No, I believe.
But that's different when you're in a relationship.
No,
I believe
like,
that
a
she
friend.
does that.
A friend. I could
But-
be like, yo, y'all hungry? Let's go out.
All right, I believe that you do that, but I also believe you pick the restaurant.
What do you mean, Victor? No, I don't.
So we could go
That's
to.
all ego.
Look, we have someone that, come on.
No, you don't need no vouch. You don't need no
I'm just
vouch.
saying. I
So-
always ask people.
So we could go
She
to.
said Chili's it is.
We could go to Arby's and we go.
Yes.
Okay,
I
I
don't
like
care
that.
where we go.
I like that.
I like
do
that then too. But
Then you are humble.
yeah.
Yes. And I
Okay.
do got expensive taste, so I'm still humble enough to pick an expensive restaurant and bring y'all here to tag.
No, but I'm saying I don't want to go there. I just want
We
to
don't
go
have to
Fridays.
go there, but we can go wherever. As long as we all can agree
Yeah,
and we
go to
all can do
Fridays.
something we want, I'm with it. Let's go.
Okay.
We can go to McDonald's. I don't care. If
Hey, yo,
I'm going for a french fry, I'm going to a french fry.
OG told me, he said, look, this is one of my first ever customers. He said, if a girl really like you, it never matters where you decide to go with her. It
I
never
agree.
matters.
Yeah.
But you at least gotta like make her laugh or something.
No,
She
she
likes
really
you.
likes you.
You know,
She don't just really like you for no
Aaron is
reason.
saying something else.
it has to be more to you than where you're taking her on the date. Like you have to be intrigued.
Nah,
You have to be
I get that.
charismatic.
It's a trademark for me. How you make me feel is your trademark. I'm gonna remember, everybody's gonna remember how you make them feel.
Oh, say
So-
that again. I like that. We're
You're
gonna
like
use that.
literally,
We're
how
gonna
you
actually.
make people feel is your trademark. That is your ultimate trademark. People are gonna always remember how you make them feel. They don't remember nothing else. Your trademark is how you make people feel. That impression that you bring into someone, like, oh wow, I had a great time with her. She's so nice. Like that is your lasting trademark before your name. They're gonna always remember how you made them feel. If you make them feel like crap, they're gonna remember that. If you make them feel happy and you're the life of the party, they're gonna remember that. And that is your trademark before anything else.
That's
How you make people feel.
Yeah.
And I agree.
I've never heard anyone say it like
I
that.
never
Yes.
said you should trademark that.
Yes, I should, right? I'm gonna trademark that, y'all. I'm gonna trademark that. Yes.
Send me an email right now.
Right now, y'all, right now. But yes, your trademark is how you make people feel. Definitely.
Aaron. So
You know,
Aaron.
the viewers trying to trademark it right now.
Yes. Go ahead, trademark that tomorrow. But yes,
She on the
Aaron.
phone right now.
right now.
What's the closest you've gotten to your soul tie? And for a disclaimer, I know your husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm married, obviously, but
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. I do.
I think that there's probably only, and I'm actually much like Rico. Like, I don't really have many exes that I don't get along with. Like, so I don't really have like a lot of bad breakups where I have bad blood. with.
Yeah, you did say that, and I believe that.
You know,
Me and Aaron are very, very similar.
but we're not.
You are, but you're not.
But which one, Aaron? I just need you to.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
I'm talking about you're very. Say that word. You could
Compartmentalized.
I say conservative.
In that compartment that you
Mhm.
put everything in, I want to go in that little compartment of emotions and feelings.
Oof. That's not even in the same.
I know it's
vehicle.
somewhere
That's in a
under
different
something
vehicle.
else. I know you have all these
That's-
compartments.
That's in the storage.
Yeah, let's go to the storage of emotions.
Like my grandma hid it, boy.
Yeah. You never find it.
Let's go to the compartment of emotions. Because I've seen you get emotional once. You said, and I'm gonna say that you said, no, you were just emotional. And you rarely get emotional, by the way. But I seen you get emotional when you was like, somebody said, well, talk to me. I wanted my mother to talk to me. And I think Seg the Treg was on set. And she was like, no, maybe she didn't want to. Well, I'm smart. And then I saw all this burst of emotion come out. So I was like, oh, that's where she has that.
It's very ironic because me and my sister-in-law were talking about this last night when we went to dinner about like how my relationships with my mom, like even though I talk about my dad all the time and we're like this, I feel like there's so much of what happened with my mother that affected like me in general. And so that's probably why like I got emotional. But that's neither here nor there. However, there is one person who I feel like who I would have a soul tie with. It would be the person who I dated in college. Shout out to him. He knows who he is.
Y'all still cool?
Thank you.
No, yeah, great. I'm telling you, and the reason why I he was such a good person. Like the fact that like I broke up with you, and like I was just,
What made you break up?
I had just pledged Delta. Like, I really loved him, and I couldn't but I couldn't give the same amount of time and such a relationship. But it's like I just didn't want it to like just go down because of me.
So you just let him go down.
And how
So,
long y'all together for?
It's like 2 years.
And Jay, you broke up with her?
Yeah, but look,
Delta's more important.
no, but like,
Child.
but no, but
He's in college.
yeah, I was in college and I didn't know how to balance. But the thing is that very nice guy, and in my opinion, he was the first guy who like showed me like what to expect from a man. You know, your dad teaches you that, and I would 100% say that my dad set a standard. But to actually be with someone who actually did that, that person like showed me when you leave and you get home, you know, where are you? Have you made it safely? When when they come to your house, that your trash gets taken out. When you know.
When you get picked up for a first date,
What?
that somebody comes to the door.
Absolutely.
I got
Matter of fact, we were in the dorms.
outside.
We were on the dorms. He came to my.
Dang, so
We
you
lived
can't
on the
expect
same
that
floor.
huh?
He came to my
Yeah,
door.
huh?
Knocked. We talked to my roommate. Everything. Like no, but real talk.
You just said you can't expect that from up north guys. Ain't nobody coming to the door up here.
I mean,
Your husband do that?
well, come to our door.
Like when he was courting you?
Yo, yeah. Cause he would have to come to my apartment.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna meet him outside.
Okay. And you was like, you gotta open your own door. Meet me outside. I'm not opening the door.
Meet me outside.
Anyway,
I got it.
but like you know, if he saw my car was dirty, I would he'd be like, here, take my truck. I'm gonna go get your car washed.
Wow.
Damn, you are. Go ahead.
What?
He
Hey,
basically
Jonathan,
showed
I'm
you.
upset for him.
Is
Go
your
ahead.
husband
He
like
showed you
Yeah.
what he showed you. He basically gave you a roadmap of how a woman should be treated.
Yes.
that? You ever dated a bad boy?
That's why I said before what I said. She
No.
got lucky. She's like, there's very few that get lucky. You
No.
know?
You never had the urge to want to date a bad boy?
Nah, but if she
Like I've
did,
never dated a dope boy. Like
No, I don't mean dope boy. Like meaning.
no, I'm just saying like in general. I've never dated a dope boy. Like I've never.
So every guy you dated just did what you wanted and what needed to be done.
A lot of times, because honestly, I think I was like a real asshole to like dudes that I dated, and I think when you treat people kind of
See?
mean.
Aaron,
Yes.
Aaron,
No, I think.
Yes,
Aaron,
girl.
Aaron,
See?
slow.
No, listen,
I think it's a
look,
method.
listen, I'm gonna tell you
tips
why.
from you.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I
That's
need
like,
tips.
I dated, honestly, real talk, I dated a bunch of athletes, right?
Yes.
And a lot of times
They're the
athletes,
most scums. I was one.
I
Go ahead.
listen to what I'm
Keep
saying.
going.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying.
I'm the nice girl.
I dated a bunch of athletes, honestly, and they're used to yes people around them.
Yes.
And when you're a person who's not a yes person,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, yo, this me, take it or leave
What's your
it,
sign?
Sagittarius.
You are? Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, what's your birthday?
November 30th, it's tomorrow.
Oh, shit. Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
I'm taking, oh, you're
Oh.
See?
But you don't mean Sage.
Apparently.
I'm not a sucker. That's not my problem.
But I probably because I'm closer to Scorpio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
we're
issue.
just
I gotta
toxic.
we gotta
Oh,
talk.
We'll talk.
She said possibly.
But
Yeah.
I just think that like, I'm not even saying mean to people, but when you're like a little different than when everybody else is around you,
Yeah.
people are a little bit more attracted to you.
Yeah. They want to cater to you.
So can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
Let's get down to this, right? Why is that person, so that person is a soul tie from college, that was a minute ago.
Mhm.
No disrespect, no. That was a minute ago, right? Like, you're a grown, mature woman,
Mhm.
not a kid. But that's still a soul tie. Is he a soul tie because he showed you what a man should do for you?
I wouldn't even call him a soul tie. I would just say like the most impactful. Like outside of me being married
That's
to
a
a
soul
man.
tie, though.
Oh well, he's the most impactful like person I've ever dated. Simply because he like set the standard and like everybody was compared to him.
Okay. So you
You
feel
know
like when
what?
you found your
Yeah.
husband, you look for those certain things?
Of course.
I think those things were probably like subconsciously that those things are always in the back of my mind. So I'm always gonna be like comparing it to that. You know, so I was lucky to have somebody like that early on. And on top of that, again, my dad set a standard, like a very high standard. A very high standard. So my dad was like, yo, if he can't do for you, if he ain't X, Y, and Z, leave him alone. Be by yourself.
Would you
Can
consider
I ask
yourself a
you-
bad boy?
Not no more. But
At
I
one
would,
point-
at a long point. right, I was very bad. I was in the.
So when did you become good?
Honestly, what made
Last
me.
week. How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 7 months. Shout out
7
to
months
her.
ago.
Yeah. Nah, I was good before that. I honestly, what made me become good was when I was like 21, or actually right before I turned 21.
Oh yeah, you said you talk about this.
Yeah, I got kicked out of college, and I just lost so many opportunities doing the wrong things, and I just got tired of losing every time I was about to win. So that's what made me kind of like stop doing all the things that I was doing that I would consider as a bad boy. You know.
When I say bad boy, meaning like you say you like to have raw sex, right?
Who doesn't? That's everybody.
No.
We had a whole game.
We talk about you real quick, right?
Yeah.
So you like to have raw sex,
Sushi
right?
boys for life.
Okay,
What?
So, all right, got it. So with that being said,
What?
do you still find yourself smashing raw and treating a girl like just a piece of meat afterwards? Like thank you for the pussy, it was fun.
If she was, this is gonna sound bad, but I'm just using your terminology.
Okay.
If she was a piece of meat to me, then yes,
That's bad.
I would still
That's
treat
bad.
her the same way that I viewed her as.
That's a bad one.
But if she was something more of substance to me, then I would treat her entirely different. See, I'm a person that
So you
treats
let
people
her know
accordingly.
that though.
I mean, you should know.
Before you hit it wrong.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you that you're a piece
So
of
that's
meat.
that's a bad boy to me.
Nah. I'm not lying to you,
You're not being transparent either.
but I am being transparent. I'm
That's
just.
good to say.
No, hell no. I'm never gonna call you like you're a piece of meat to
No.
me. I'm gonna have sex with
But I'm
you
just
raw.
looking to
That
smash.
sounds crazy.
I'm just looking to smash.
I say that all the time.
And they still treat it wrong.
Yo, do you?
I think that's fair. Like, and I think
Yes.
that's what you're
Well,
supposed
if
to
you
You know,
doing that,
you know what
then
the
okay.
worst thing is?
If
I'm
you
gonna tell
doing that,
the
then
worst.
fine.
The worst thing about everything is I get told yes to more often with the ones that I don't care about, and I tell them how I don't care about. Because 9 times out of 10, they realistically
People are
respect.
attracted to rejection. Though.
Yeah, they're
What the heck?
they're
People
respect.
are not attracted to
A lot of
you know
people
what
are
it is?
attracted to rejection.
Women,
You know what?
Yo,
I can't
believe-
even
I
lie. I
believe-
can admit, I've heard some girls and some guys, they go after what they know they can't
Can't
have.
get, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the chase that makes them want to keep running after it to try to conquer. It's like a conquering thing.
And you'll
They
never
want to
win.
feel like they can actually
Right.
break you into what they want you to be, into basically like giving in to what they want.
Like into
Yeah,
submission.
and it would never happen, and I always win.
So
that
it's the
way.
chase that makes them.
Yeah, and I'm a catch as well, so it's not just a chase. You're trying to chase something that's a real catch. So then what happens is if you never get it, you're gonna keep on exerting all of your options.
So you tell them this before you tell.
Hell yeah, all the time. My mama told me that at 21. She said, I don't want to hear you arguing in my house. You be honest with these girls, and you have less stress. I said, cool.
That's the best thing.
My stress is different. My stress is because of my child. It's a little different.
Now, besides the beautiful baby.
Nah, I don't stress. That's why I told you I don't even argue with women. You know, I like.
But isn't
My
that
girlfriends.
better? That he's honest and that it gives the women the autonomous,
Yeah.
the
They feel
autonomy
powerful.
and the agency to be like, you know what? He said it's
He did
X,
tell me.
and I'm gonna make a
can't
conscious
be
But
sad.
wait.
You can't be mad.
Ladies, let's just be clear. So and Rico, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's just explain what Rico is saying. Rico is saying that he tells a girl up front, this is what I want us to do this. But he also tells a girl, you're beautiful. He also tells a girl, I like you.
I don't do that.
Okay.
That's one thing I don't do.
So
My
what do you
friends
do?
do that.
No,
and
no,
I
no,
get
no.
mad
I
when
wanna
they do
So
hear
how
from-
do you finesse
No, I want to hear from you
Yeah.
because it's
I don't
coming
wanna call
across.
women
It's
beautiful 9 times out of 10.
don't go into just the dialect of calling them that. What I'm saying is, it sounds very just one routed, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I want to hit. Take your clothes off, and I know that's not. I know that's not you.
Yeah. I mean, so I give you a
So you.
real life situation.
Last thing, you might say something. In my opinion, lady, Rico might say. From what I'm thinking, you might be like, look, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I just, I don't want anything serious. But I like you. I think you're cool. Or you give him some compliment.
You're not a
Cause you're not gonna. You gotta want her.
I gotta. So.
I mean, you wouldn't want to hit it if you ain't want her.
Nah, so honestly, alright, if I have to go back into my whole time, is obviously my game has evolved.
That's what I'm saying. Cause dudes is gonna follow what you're saying right now. Dudes is gonna, cause I'm waiting, cause you gotta say,
Wait, I got you.
dudes is gonna follow what you're saying right now
And
and be direct And the girl gonna look at him like he's
But
stupid.
That's hard.
But it's not really that. I'm gonna say, and I stand on always what I said. You always be direct, and when you mix, and this is why I try to tell people you can't be mixy. So when I'm mixing good morning beautifuls and how's your day, love, da 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 da, and I'm mixing that
Before the sex.
yeah, when I'm mixing that with my directness, you're confusing.
Yes.
So you never do that. And I never did that because you know what happened? When I was in college, I told a girl, good morning, beautiful. She told me I sound just like the rest of every other guy. So I said, fuck this shit. I'm not calling you beautiful.
Cause it's fucking up your game.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is regular. It's not even genuine. So what I do is like, all right.
So what do you do now before you get the coochie? And
So-
you know you just want to fuck?
So,
Yeah, speak
well,
on that.
Since you
Can we do play by play?
Yeah, since you're wrong.
all right.
Yeah.
Do one
Play by play.
Now,
You got
Rico,
football.
you gotta go for real, and I'm right here.
So look.
I'm gonna watch this, and maybe I'll throw the flag.
So say
I gave you my flag.
If it's bullshit, I'm gonna throw the flag.
Just don't
Not
have to
saying
get so
I'm a
bad.
hoe. Not saying I'm a hoe.
Yeah, yeah.
But I am an OnlyFans.
No.
I do OnlyFans.
Oh, they wanted to know, the audience wants
Yes.
to know.
For those of y'all want to know, I do OnlyFans. So I'm gonna be the good girl, and you could be the hoe. So approach me as if I'm the good girl.
That's a
Approach
married
her as if
woman's
she's.
fantasy.
But that's what I'm saying. We know reverse role. But honestly, people already look at me as I'm.
Yes.
People already look at me as I'm being quote unquote hoe because I do OnlyFans, which is not true. But whatever, I'm not gonna debate that. But I'll be the good girl,
Yeah.
and you'll be the bad girl, the hoe. So approach her like she's the hoe, and approach me like I'm the good girl. Someone you actually, interested in. I mean, are you interested in hoes? Or no?
Not
Yes or no?
really. It just
Okay.
depends. It really depends. Like,
Okay. So she's the hoe, I'm the good girl. So let's see
Am I-
the above game.
can I ask a very crucial question?
Yeah.
And am I in my tri-state area or am I out of the state or out of the country?
Out of the
We're gonna do
state.
two different scenes. We're in the
Alright, 'cause
state.
out of the state is way
Yeah,
different.
so no.
Wait, I live in New York. You live in New Jersey.
No,
So
wait,
I'm
wait.
out of
That's a
state.
tri-
Wait, no. So we
Oh,
gonna
okay.
do
That's
instant first.
You're in Chicago.
Let's do instant
No, Chicago's
first.
too cold.
Yeah.
And
You're
then we're
Miami.
gonna do out of state.
Miami?
Out of town
Okay.
game.
Miami? Alright.
Wait, no, I wanna see an out of town game and your in town game.
Ooh.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
So we gonna do in town first, then we gonna do out of town. So
Makes
Well,
she
you're not gonna get the whole real.
Nah, we
I'll
want
give
the
you a
real.
simulation.
we want the real.
You can't give it. I gotta really be there. I
Nah.
gotta feel the sun. I gotta see a palm
Rico, you're
tree.
visualizing
I gotta know it's-
person.
Look, there's sun.
Do it
You're
again.
an actor. Don't give us that
Nah,
bullshit.
You're an actor. You're
Nah,
you're
I'm not. I can't. I don't act. I real. I'm a real one.
Okay, so you're real. So we're in town right now. She's the hoe. I'm the good girl. Pick whoever you want to go first with.
Yeah, I live in the Bronx.
And I live in Westchester.
And wait. No. Don't be that
I live in
disgusting to me.
Westchester.
All right. Let's say Miami. We're in Miami,
Well,
right?
you want to go out of town first?
I
Do
don't.
both. Do one.
Yeah,
You're in New,
I
No, we're doing in
Yo,
town.
I
yo,
need your in
do
town.
Jersey first. You're in
Honestly,
Jersey first,
I
and
need
then do
your in-town
Miami.
game and your out-of-town game. I
So,
need
but
to see.
like, time out. I can't contradict myself because this is also a fact. I don't even like local women.
But let's
But
say
we
you
not
did.
from here.
Alright, let's just say you
here.
did. Let's say you
I
found.
just-
She's not
I
from
did
Jersey.
already.
She just came in from Germany.
Oh, she's different.
Guggenheimer.
She's different.
So basically, you want to
She-
take nobody serious from the tri-state.
I want to say I wouldn't take them serious. It's just a lot.
She's a black girl from Germany, and she's in town for a week.
I like that. She's in town for a week, 7 days.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what are you doing today?
I'm a good girl.
What is your plans?
My plans is I'm going to the library to read a book.
Okay, what book?
I'm going to read the 48 Laws of Power.
How about? Oh, I read that book. That's pretty dope.
Yes.
How about I go with you?
Okay.
But
But where am I reading you?
at the library.
Oh, so we're at the library.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the library.
Okay, so you want to read the book with me?
I want to read a book with you.
Okay, what book?
4 Agreements.
Okay,
Diamond Gun Woods.
okay,
I encourage you to read it.
okay.
Let's go
All right, where we going?
to the library.
We're in the library.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
So we read our book.
okay.
What we doing after this?
Well, I'm going home because I'm a good girl.
Okay, you be good, girl. You don't have to say this every time.
I'm just saying.
We gonna be like you did.
You be a good girl?
Yeah, I'm going home.
How good are you?
I'm going home with it.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I go home too.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
We exchange numbers or no?
It depends.
Okay.
I like you, so yeah.
Okay, so
We exchange numbers.
I give my number. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Now,
Hit you
what happens next?
next day.
Okay, I'm glad.
Tuesday.
Okay, I'm glad.
Again?
Yeah. I'm
You're
good.
not, I don't like that girl.
She's studying. She's studying. She got.
Studying.
She getting a master's.
That's not my type. That's not my type.
All right, so look, okay, rewind. All right, the next day, what? You text me, you call me, what?
Next day I call you.
Okay, cool.
I don't text. I don't really
You don't text.
I do only if I'm busy, but I prefer call.
But to a hoe, do you text or call?
Both call. I gotta like the hoe
You
too.
can't be calling the hoe.
Yes, you can.
Text the hoe.
No, I don't text the hoe. I text the hoe.
That's too personal.
Nah.
Wait, do
But
that.
that's just him. He's just saying he don't text. in
So
general.
so approach Aaron, and Aaron's from the Bronx.
Yeah. And she
Yeah.
And she don't.
She don't
Yes.
I would, honestly, Alan, I retract my statement. I don't like hoes. And when you do this too many times, I'm good. Like, you know what?
I ain't even got no nails, but I'm hitting.
Yeah, if you grab my face 7 times in the conversation,
Now, don't
I'm
have
out.
a face. So you know, be like, listen, what we talking about? What we representing?
I mean, we're not
Crab
talking-
legs,
we're not talking-
city aisle.
But why don't you give me a more? I like this. I like to disguise hoes.
Okay, so be a disguise.
Yeah, disguise hoes. Well, I know you a hoe, but you a classy hoe.
How you know she a hoe?
I know hoes when I see hoes.
In different area codes.
What is your description of a no hoe when you see hoe? Please tell me.
We talked about that. We
Yeah,
did
like-
that.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
No,
we
I'm
did.
trying to
You
catch
know-
up.
We
Well,
talked about
well-
it. It's actually just came up. There's like levels to hoes and shit.
Yeah, there's levels.
It's
to
really
hoes.
good though. We did. We had K Goddess in here and we did it. It was lit. It was really good.
So, right
It was
now,
really,
she
really
dressed
good.
like she dressed.
No, Aaron is not a hoe.
Wait. I think we should take a shot.
Okay, let's
What do y'all think?
We could do
All right, we can do it.
There we
Since I interrogated Rico, I like this though. You know what I'm
They
saying?
want to know what you about, Rico.
Yeah.
Real talk, like
So
you're
you
helping
classify a
men.
girl by how she
Yo,
dresses
but like,
a hoe?
but y'all giving men unrealistic situations. You're talking about girls going to the library every day.
No, listen.
Like,
I'll
who's doing that?
Listen, I'll tell you when that's a real situation. Okay, I went to law school in BR, right, or Baton Rouge, right?
Hey, I
And
had a doctor that was studying. That was
No, I know. So listen, that's what I'm saying. So you could just be somebody living and working in BR, and I'm actually in school, and I literally have to be at the library every single day.
So you know what I do?
What?
On that situation, I stay present by asking maybe how's your studying going, whatever the case may be. In that regard,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not going to even have the conversation about sex yet. You're not even mentally ready to even
Yeah.
talk to me about sex.
It's a lot of sex.
So do
going
you
on.
classify someone
No,
by how they dress
I'm
as
not
a
saying
hoe?
I think there's
anything
more.
in school. We're talking
Oh
about
no, it's.
No, we're talking about, listen, I done had doctors, I done had dentists in school, out of school. I know what goes on. I know when your finals are coming, and I know your stress levels. Hell, I was a biology major. So I know exactly what you're thinking and what you're going through, and I know when to tap out and tap back in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to do. When a woman is going through something and that they're trying to better themselves, you show support, you encourage them, but you don't overdo it, you don't simp it, and then when it's done,
It's a science to it.
yeah, when it's done, when her finals is over, she's ready to ball out.
Let that
And when
die.
she's ready to ball
She
out,
had to let that
that's
die
when you be like, yo, so look, I know you had a stressful week, 2 weeks, whatever. We're gonna go out.
Henny and chicken wings.
We're gonna go out and look, and she likes Indian chicken wings too.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
You know what I come to find out?
Yeah,
Well,
drop
take
it off.
take
He
a
gonna
shot.
drop it
After you
off.
guys take a
So
shot.
this is Mr. Drop It Off.
I'm about to tell you something. After you guys take a
No
shot.
flags to that.
All right.
Mr. Drop It Off, okay.
These are really nice. I have like real size glasses like this in my house.
Those are dope.
Mm-hmm.
What are we cheersing to? Finessing the game?
Well,
I would say
Aaron was like, yeah.
cheers to every good girl's a bad girl.
Wow. I don't like.
that's fair.
I don't want to believe it,
But it's
I know
actually
it
true.
That's fair.
Every good girl is a bad girl.
for the right guy.
And bad girls sometimes are the most conservative women I've ever met.
Thank you. I'll
And I
cheers to
hate
that.
that. Just be you, Lord.
Cheers.
Just be
Cheers.
you.
I'll cheers to that for
Cheers.
sure. Because a lot of people expect me to be a straight up, oh yeah, I'm about to pop it open and let that out. And I'm just like,
I think bad girls
I
are
used to be
like
like that.
rappers, right?
Yeah.
You know, like rappers, they could spit, they go crazy, and as soon as you meet them, be like, yo, you gonna rap? You're like, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
They be in a corner
Chilling,
Quiet.
on the Game Boy.
right? And then
That's me.
non-rappers, and no disrespect to anybody who's a non-rapper, but yo, you wanna hear my freestyle? You wanna hear my freestyle? You wanna hear my freestyle? You wanna hear my free? And that's the good girl,
Now you're listening to them rap to you for 20
right?
minutes.
And so more shit goes on in those libraries.
Oh, yes.
Yo, more shit goes on where good girls be at.
But yeah,
There
and
were
that's so
bad
much-
girls being.
And that's why the simulations don't work.
You're right.
Because no funny shit, I done had some shit happen in the library. On some real shit, and that's only because I was there and she knew I was there and not faking in the sense where she knows I still be there without her. I still be in my books without her. That was somebody who might be like a demisexual. It would turn her on. You feel me? Because she's like, yo, this person is an intellectual person or this person cares about their knowledge, so they go ahead and they read their books.
Sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual, I'm sorry.
I'm not even gonna lie. When I was in college, I was not in the library.
I never read it in college.
Like I was not at fucking library.
It's
I was in the streets 5 days a week. Man,
She was in
everything.
college. She was in Delta, all right?
I was doing everything. I was not in the library.
Shout
I
out to
was
the
like-
Deltas.
I was like, if I can keep my GPA above a 3.0, I'm doing everything.
Okay.
What? I was in the
Yo,
streets
right.
with a capital STR.
And-
Like,
and-
for real.
And that was
It was fun.
And that's the whole thing, right? That's
that
the
was a
whole.
journey.
Marie, what's the
It
perfect
was
word?
fun. What's he
The
saying?
conundrum.
That shot,
The
that
contradiction.
shot got me ready. I'm like,
And to say soul ties, right? And to say twin flames, to say all of that. I
Can we
think
get a definition of twin flame? I've heard it, but I don't really know.
it's like two souls that are hooked on each other. You want to pull it up?
Is it like sexually? Or?
No, they just hooked on each
No,
other.
that's sometimes.
It's another word for soulmate.
Oh, okay.
It's really another word for soulmate.
I feel like with soulmates is different though. Twin flames kind of actually makes more sense.
you felt
Yeah.
somebody before?
Yeah, I had two soulmates that I met. Yeah.
You want the back?
Do I want them back?
Yeah.
Okay,
Think
about it. Twin flames are two
Think
people
about it
who
real
have
quick.
a deep soul connection. They seem to mirror each other.
Yeah, that's what, like, cause a flame, twin flames mean they're both the same.
Okay.
But they're different
Life
people,
path.
like
I didn't know
both of them,
that. I didn't know
but they're
that.
both the same.
And sometimes they share the same trauma.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes they're
is a
connected.
twin?
Like some
Yeah.
people, like two addicts, might be twin flames because they have like
I call that miserable. What's
No.
Miserable company?
No, I'm
I
thinking.
think twin flames is more different. It's like,
I thought it was a sexual thing.
I'm thinking more like I know
Mirror each
someone
other,
who was
yeah.
somewhere else for like 7 years, and the girl he was with was in a whole relationship. I'm talking about picnics and all of that. Yo, the day his foot touched the ground, she packed up and left and went to him.
Niggas skiing with picnics all the
He
time.
called it.
wow, you know what?
He called her, right?
No, she was in a whole relationship for 7 years.
But he called to let her know he was back.
Yeah,
Yeah, wait,
back.
can
And
I tell you how
she was
it
like,
works?
all right, I'll be there.
I
And she
had
left
a twin
everything
flame.
and went right to
Somebody
him.
who
Left her
married
whole
you?
life.
I
I feel
had
like
a
that's the
twin
same with soul
flame
ties.
like
Same
no
with
other.
I think so.
Wow.
But my twin flame, and I spoke about this, and now that we have a definition, ladies, close your ears. And I spoke about this at Alan's house, right? That was my twin flame. The one that everybody told me not to do because, you know, her profession. You know.
What was her
It
profession?
was such a mirror.
What was her
But she
profession?
was really me.
What was her profession?
Wait, the girl you brought over to Allen House?
Wait.
No,
What?
no.
I
Relax.
Wait, we want to know. We the people want to know what was her profession. I don't even know. Wait, right now we're waiting, y'all. What was her profession?
We're talking about.
I don't even know. We the people are waiting.
Episode.
We waiting.
So no. It was like the last month.
Our first YouTube
Look.
episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Our first YouTube.
He fell in love with a girl that
Who was
he
selling her body.
sympathized with because she saw her body out of necessity.
Oh,
Don't
about
say
her.
sympathize.
He did. She saw her body.
It's empathize.
Empathize. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
empathize.
We-
He
no,
empathized with.
Connected with her.
Because we were twin flames, like
Why?
because like how I tell a girl like, yo, listen, like when I used to love when I was a kid, it doesn't happen so much now. When a girl asks me, what are we? And I'd be like, we're fucking and that's all we're doing. You feel me? And when she said that to me, I said, oh, you are like
Wait.
me.
You asked her that?
No, I didn't really ask her in that regard, but she told me that. She said, yo, listen, I have to work. This is my work. Understand where you're at. And I was like, cool. I like it because I'm the same type of way.
So she told you, y'all was just fucking.
No, she told me that don't get involved with her work. You feel me? Don't cross her
Pay
work.
for play, so stay in this
No,
place.
I didn't. Not well. I don't
No,
like
she told you to stay in your place.
the pay word got me because I didn't really pay after the first.
No,
time.
not you. Her
But she went to go get paid.
her profession is pay for play, and that he should not get in the way of that.
But
Right?
the thing is, when I say we're twin flames, it's because she was so honest and direct with everything from good to the bad.
Have you discussed this? What made you pay?
The
He
first
did
time,
pay.
I didn't know her the first time. The first time I had just got her.
How'd you find that? Is what I'm trying to
Oh wait, you
We
did
locked
pay.
eyes. You know what I'm
At the
saying?
club? At the strip club?
At the club.
Okay.
Not strip club. It was just a club.
At the club, okay, cool.
When we locked eyes
The
and shit.
discoteca.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
yeah, I wanna know.
So this is what happened. We locked eyes, and when I saw her and she saw me, it was automatic, like.
But she still told you.
Nah. She didn't. She, you know what it was? She tried it, right?
Okay.
So like, yeah, this is a great story, right? So after we saw each other, boom, right? I walked over to her because I was naive to the culture of the club that I was in. I didn't know that every girl there you was realistically buying, unless they really, really, really liked you. Then
Okay.
you know they let you slide. But
Okay.
anyways, the first time and I'm dancing with her and I'm chilling with her. I'm like, damn, she bad and we vibing. You feel me? And she knew English. We were out of the country.
Oh, she's Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when she knew English,
That's why I said discoteca.
so when she knew English, you know what she hit me with? $300. I said, whoa, time out. I don't even pay.
Was it US?
Wait, you said
Yes.
Wait, what made her say that? Y'all was going? You said let's go.
No. I didn't say no. She said, because we were with each other for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. She said, I'm just letting you know, if you want me to go with you, it's $300.
Oh wow.
And I said, I'm good.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You're beautiful.
Yes.
But I'm not doing that. It's not
Yes.
me. And I literally turned my back on her. There's a girl right in front of me. I grabbed her and I started dancing with her. And then I saw, like, I checked back and I saw the jealousy and the anger in her face because I know that at the same time she was doing what she had to do, but she really fucked with me at the same time.
Yeah.
So then as I'm dancing with the next girl, I get a tap like this, and I'm like, what's up? So then she said, all right, fine, forget it. It's cool, just me and you. I said, all right, cool, but I'm not paying you.
What if she just would have said discount?
Nah, but like,
All right, it's 100.
but like, but look,
Wait, so she said like me and you?
so to me and you, and then the first night it didn't happen because some crazy shit happened. I'm not gonna go into that. But then I was looking for her for 2 more days, right? Because I couldn't find her again. I'm like, where's my
And you
girl?
didn't get none.
I got some.
The first night?
Yeah.
You got some.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so you got some coochie.
But I had to pay for that one.
Wait,
Yeah.
how? You're skipping how you paid for
All right,
it.
so the first night I was walking out with a girl. I was in a
Yeah.
foreign country, and I started fighting 7 of them, and she got scared and she ran off.
You started fighting what?
Stop it. 7 of the natives.
Why? Over her?
No, we're not getting into it. It was a
Okay.
whole different thing.
You
feel
was
me?
fighting her, but she got turned on.
No, she got turned off and she
been
left.
amazing.
Yeah, so
Okay.
then I didn't. So after that, I didn't see her
So
But-
you didn't get in that first night.
from her. I
Okay.
just went and bought another girl. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
But then 2 days later, when I met her again, me and her were having a great conversation.
He was in love.
Yeah, I was in starstruck. Not like I was in La La Land. But like we were both in La La Land, and we did do what we did. But after we did
She
what
didn't charge you.
she didn't charge me. But when I got home to America,
She charged you.
she was charging me. But she's like, hey, I really need this. I said, I go to Western Union and
Wait, so
and I started sending
that's
money
when
out.
you paid the 300.
No, I didn't pay 300. Well, actually, I
But I'm
probably
still
did
trying
pay
to figure out
300.
when you paid the 300.
I never paid 300.
Okay.
But I was sending her money in intervals when I was in the U.S.
So when you got the coochie, you never paid.
No.
Oh.
But I
okay.
paid, but I did
On the
technically
back
pay
end.
on the
On the
back
back
end.
end.
Word, yeah.
Everybody pays on the back end. That's what people don't realize.
Nah, but it's different. But we
Everybody
were
pays
at
on
Twin
the back
Flame,
end.
and while I was paying for the back end, she was telling me what it was. And I used to be like, no funny shit, I used to be like, a
Whether
little.
it be time
I used to-
or money.
We're not gonna go
you pay.
deep into that story. We're not gonna
Whether
go.
it be time
No,
or
we
you
talk.
pay.
What happened?
Whether it's time or money, you pay. On the back end.
Well, we know that.
Everybody.
That's
Guy,
why.
girl, you always pay the back end. Your time is worth money.
Moral of the
You can't
story
get that.
is,
Okay.
moral of the story is, I had a twin flame who was just as direct, open, and honest as I would love,
And you enjoyed that.
and I enjoyed it. And but
Did you want to make her citizen?
He thought about it.
I sound.
He over here, slut.
I'm so here asking for advice.
He's absolutely not gonna make us citizen.
He wanted to know.
He thought about it, and
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
walked him off the ledge.
Okay.
No, but what I'm saying, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just think that she's a wonderful girl. It's just
Oh, so you better.
Better.
You better.
Timing is off.
And how the viewers are like Colombia?
So the viewers know.
Yeah, they know, but it wasn't a good time. He's up here, she's over there, and then she has to
It didn't make
continue
sense.
working, and she has too many souls tied to her.
Yeah.
So,
It didn't make sense.
Hey, yo, wait, time out. And that's a fact. Because you know what ends up happening? When you have somebody that, and this is for fellas out there, sometimes knowing the game is detrimental to you because you appreciate it, but don't appreciate it where you forget who you are. In the sense where you allow her to do what she doesn't need to do to be yours.
Wait, what's
Yeah,
you said a lot just now.
Because like what happens is if you appreciate somebody that's direct, like me, right? And let's say I'm messing with you and you're like, yo, this is what it is, don't get too crazy, don't get your strings attached. Somebody like that might like that if they're that type of person.
Rico, I got a question for you, and I don't want to mispronounce. You know I've been talking to you all night, and I don't want to mispronounce your name.
That's because y'all out there.
Aaron, you want more wine?
You know I've been talking to you.
Actually, this is her first glass of wine. This is my second cup.
Oh no, it's my
Yeah.
second class.
I didn't even-
But that's sloppy.
I was trying to help you.
I gotta drive home to
I was trying
Westchester.
help you.
T.
No.
I don't. Z.
Z.
I'm like, man, I don't want to mispronounce your name.
Yeah,
Z.
it's okay. Let me see.
All right, Z. I don't want to, but I really want to talk about this for people who got confused about soul ties. This is like kind of what I'm building off of what you said. You said that you can't get your heart broken easily because you've gotten your heart broken, and every time it happened to you, it's gotten easier. Is it a skill? All right, Rico, see where I'm coming from, Aaron. And this goes to the young lady in Colombia, right?
Damn, Alex just gave away that.
The whole audience knows. The whole audience
I
knows.
let some things out. It's okay. We all let things
Nah,
out.
it's cool.
No, the whole audience knows. But what I'm trying to say is this, and I'm being dead ass serious when I'm thinking about this right now. It's even irking me a little bit thinking about it. When a woman sees that she's trying to get a man and the shit she's been doing ain't working, at some point she's like, you know what? Let me keep doing this and not do what's not working no more until I get a man. Or a man does the same. Meaning, like let's just say me. Let's say I date you and I move too fast and you left me. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not gonna move too fast now. Now I'm gonna date Aaron. Now I'm not moving too fast, I'm moving slow, but I'm not partying enough. I say, okay. So you pick up skills from all your exes and you take those skills and you put them all together, you basically become a master of the game.
Of course.
It's just like sex. What did I say earlier?
That, exactly what you said earlier. So what I'm saying is, can someone be soul tied to someone who's not really their soul tied? They're just a good master of the game.
Yes, Alan.
Which is what maybe Shorty was just a master of the game.
Nah.
I think Shorty was a master of the game.
Nah, because I didn't tell y'all in totality what really.
We're not gonna go back to
I'm
that.
not going back to it, but realistically, Alan is right because this is what I said to you, Aaron, is you got lucky because if you were single long enough, you would have ran into a master of the game, aka Rico.
Maybe she's the master of the game.
She's not the master. She bailed out
Yeah,
early.
she is.
Different. She
Think
didn't
about
bail
it,
out
right?
early.
She
got picked up early.
From what it sounds like to me.
So if you tell the fellas right here, Rico, yes or no?
She's a master of a different game. Not the same game.
Rico, let me ask you a question. If you tell fellas,
you get at what you do.
which one works? Taking a girl on a walk to the park, eat some ice cream, or having her walk in the club VIP straight to the spot, chill?
If you're a master of the game, you know who to do what one of those things with.
Okay.
See, some girls require this, some girls require that.
Right.
So like,
That's not a master of the game. That's reading the room.
no, but that's a master because a lot of men make a mistake.
They don't know how to read the
They,
person.
yeah, make a mistake thinking that, okay, I'm gonna bring Aaron to a VIP in the club, and Aaron's like, I don't even care about
You
this.
gotta know who you're dealing with.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you. What I'm trying to say, you meet a good girl when you were playing the good girl,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, she's a good girl, I'm gonna take her to the library. But that's not true. You bring the good girl to the club, you bring the bad girl to the library.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Speak on it.
See, a master of the game, a master of the game wouldn't bring a good girl to the library, or a good girl
What
to
does that
the,
bring the good girls to the club?
or a good girl to a club. The master of a game will bring a good girl to a new experience. Because let's just say, for example, you're a good girl, and 9 times out of 10, most good girls lack experience in life, which is what actually makes them a good girl. So you know what? I'm gonna take you indoor skydiving. You've never done that. It's still good. It still gives you a thrill, and it balances everything that you never had with everything that you may already.
I might
know.
just take you to Kansas Fried Chicken because you're a good girl.
Nah,
and
you
do it for
you take a
Alice
good.
said we going to the
You
Palisades
go,
Mall.
you go look, hey,
You go dead into the hood.
you bring a good girl.
He's dangerous.
You bring a good girl. You bring a good girl.
Uh-huh.
It depends on what we're talking about as a good girl. But
A girl without crazy experience and just a good girl.
Now,
But there's
what
good-
he said was correct though.
Okay, speak on it.
He literally, like, you exposing her to like something new, depending upon the conversation. Because see, why I say he's an expert at this is because he actually takes the time to call rather than text. You can
That
find
turns
a
you on.
lot
You like that.
through-
Yeah.
You can find a lot through an actual phone conversation versus the text, and people don't realize that. When you take the time to call, you figure out a whole bunch of stuff in that one phone call that it would have took you months to figure out in a text. That's the first way I figured out you was an expert. Second way is obviously once you gauge that conversation, you're like, all right, cool. Based on what I know about her, this is what I'm gonna have to do to expose her and, you know, let her feel like I'm really digging her like that so I can get some coochie. Cool. So now I'm about to take this good girl to this experience because I know that she hasn't done these things and I want to expose her to new things that she's never tried before. AKA be her first, so I can be her first. So
You know, I actually really like that. I don't think most men
Stop
and
reading.
women,
Stop.
most
I'm paying
men,
attention, I'm listening. I'm learning. Thank you.
I don't think most men and women get that part, right? Because that part is actually serious. If you like somebody and you want to keep them, you should try to be that first. Not sexually,
Facts.
but you should try to be that first
Experiences.
experience.
Yeah.
Because what she
Always
said.
remember
When
that.
you're somebody's first experience, you're
That's
that
a soul
first
tie.
trip to Miami, you're that
You
first
can't
trip to,
forget that.
you're that
That's a
first
soul
to
tie.
this, you're that first to
Yes.
this, you're that first to the prom,
And
you're that
that's where
first,
soul
because that's
ties
why you always
start.
remember your prom,
Yes.
because that's who you went to the
You
prom
Soul
always
with.
ties.
remember your
Soul
first
ties.
trip out the country too.
Your first trip out the country,
You'll remember. Look.
your first play on Broadway.
Yup. And
Your
even
first
if it was
heartbreak.
terrible, you know what I'm saying?
Dang, you should try to be people's first.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember my first trip out the country. Just as a side note.
You was drunk.
With a guy.
I was young. Oh, what a guy. I still don't remember.
Wait, what? No.
The
what?
things that hurt you the most, you're
Now I'm going.
You remember your
No, I just
you remember your
No.
heartbreak?
Like.
Yeah.
The things
Heartbreak
that
for sure.
the things that hurt you the most that really impact you are the things you remember.
Yeah,
So
no, I don't
So
disagree.
basically, AKA, once he sets this poor girl up for her first experience, taps it and leaves. Then
But I wouldn't really leave though.
Do you remember the first guy who flew you out?
Answer wisely. As your
Aaron,
No, I'm just trying to.
Aaron the
She's-
Renegade.
she's
It's
trying to make
fine.
sure
I'm just trying to remember, like.
Z, do you remember the first guy who flew you out?
Oh yeah, I do.
You do remember the first guy
You
who
have
flew
to
you out?
though.
Yeah.
Aaron, stop.
No, I just had to. Yo,
You know
shit
Aaron's
starts
not
running.
dated.
People that
Shit
flew you
starts.
out.
Shit starts
I'm
running
honest with you.
together. Shit starts running together.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No,
Before
Aaron,
a
stop.
fly out, I had experiences with something that was less than a fly out. I remember the first guy that left me stranded in the local area. That wasn't even a fly out. In the
Jesus
local area.
Christ. On a
So-
That was a
positive
drive
note.
up.
In the local
On
area.
a
And
positive energy note.
Well, you can't do that. That's bad.
That's
I was young. I got stranded in Brooklyn and had to take the train back home. Yes.
That's scary.
Wait,
Yes.
how young?
That's not a fly
Yo.
out. Wait, that's not a
Because
fly
I
out.
didn't want to get the coochie up.
That's a train out. Well, that makes
No,
sense.
but
Well,
she.
whatever. I'm saying before a fly out, I got vented to the game off of an experience like that. So I already knew. I'm like, okay, well,
You
if
fly
this is
out.
what happened on a train out,
And here's the
then
Yeah.
imagine on a fly out, I'm gonna be asked if I don't got
So you
a
wouldn't
way to
let
get back
nobody-
home.
So this is the thing, right? Just going off of what you're saying. This is where I think everybody's confused, right? Like you're following the, what's that word we use? Not the contradiction, like not the norm, right?
The
Because the
narrative?
good girl is bad, the bad girl is good. So you're actually following the bad, right?
Me?
Not you. What I'm trying to say is this: if a guy brings you to Brooklyn, where you was in Jersey,
No, I was in Westchester.
all right. If you in
Oh.
Westchester,
Westchester girl.
Yes.
if you're in
Sagittarius.
Westchester and you go to,
Girl.
and you go to Brooklyn and a dude leaves you on the road because he doesn't want to drive you all the way back home.
In the room. But-
right?
Okay.
And he doesn't want to feel like I'm not bringing her all the way back home. Who is he a sucker? If he's like, damn, I ain't got no pussy, I just spent all this money, let me drive an hour back and drop her off? Or is he an asshole to be like, taught you and I'm not judging, taught you a lesson to be more prepared? Where's the, if you didn't judge it for good or
Damn.
bad, which one is it?
Asshole, for me,
Right?
yes, asshole.
But with that experience, what did
Don't
it teach
suck
you?
But I'm sure that was an incredible lesson for you.
Yo, it depends on the girl.
I'm gonna
Because
tell you why.
if just to
I
get it
never
off.
said I was giving no coochie up.
No, just
Nah, that's
I
not
agree
what-
with you. You did the right
He
thing.
didn't really want you though.
Me and my friend were together. Me and my homegirl.
He tried to hit both of y'all.
No,
Oh.
he picked up another friend on the way.
Yeah, but did
And
he
we
know
all-
that your friend was coming?
Yes.
Okay.
And we all were supposed to just chill on some like chill shit, regular chill shit. They tried some old slick shit where it was like, oh, my homeboy don't want to share a room with me, he want to get his own room. For what? We were all about to just chill. What you
I
talking
did
about?
that too. Go ahead.
And then it's like, nah, but I'm like, well, I'm not separated from my homegirl. So wherever I go, she go. All right, well, I'm about to go in this room, so I'll be right back. We waited there long enough, and then they realized we not giving no coochie up. Nobody's picking up. We went downstairs, the cars is going, they left.
So y'all had a hotel. You should be grateful.
No, we was no. I lived all the way in New Shadow and got dropped off in, I don't know where, in Brooklyn. I
Well,
wasn't
at
used
least
to
you
even
could've
taking the
slept it
train.
off. You could have woke up the next day and
Heck
figured it
no,
out.
I had to be home.
But look, I'm telling you right, because I know dudes.
Well, they left you in a room.
Yeah.
No, ain't no left me
I'm not.
alone.
I'm not saying they
I'm
were
asked to
right.
go to that room.
I'm not saying they were right.
He's
Yeah.
saying that the safety of it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
They left you safe because I know that
It
room
could
was.
have been worse. Yeah,
But
they could have tried to
I
break
know
it.
people that
They
let women
they
outside.
paid the room. They paid for the
That we
room.
didn't ask for.
Yeah, but they paid for the room and they took the L and the money and they kept it moving.
Nobody asked you to pay for a room.
But the
We
thing
didn't
is,
want
I'm not
Yo,
agreeing
wait,
with
see,
it.
you
I feel
understand
what
that
you're
women
saying.
get left outside.
You know what I'm saying?
Outside with
'Cause
no
he's not-
food, no plate.
It's not like he was like,
And
oh,
it's all
y'all go downstairs,
wrong.
lock the door, get
It's
the
all
fuck out.
wrong.
Right,
But
exactly.
understand
Let you in
this,
the
y'all
room.
trying to
Figure it
rationalize
out.
something that is all wrong. All of it's wrong. We as women,
They probably
get
spent the
so
last
used to
$80
settling
on that
for
room.
minute things that we start to try to like set. No,
Like
all of
$90
it's wrong. All of it's wrong.
It's a lot of
Period,
confinement.
Now, I'll be honest with you, right? So
Think
I
about your daughters, and if you had a
That's
child,
that. I
I'm
would been tight
saying.
and my daughter even went.
No,
You went to a
period,
hotel,
point
like
blank.
you were
If you're-
wrong from
No,
there.
nobody was expecting to go to. Nobody wants to go to.
No,
a
but
hotel.
going to a hotel to smoke and chill and drink.
No, but
Yeah.
nobody wanted to go to a hotel.
No,
That's
Adam.
what I'm trying to say. We were supposed to go out to eat.
So the guys don't know how to communicate.
Yes, we
No,
were
they
supposed to
were
go out to
lying.
eat.
We just
They
didn't
lied.
lie.
They
They were
lied.
being sneaky.
We were supposed to go out
that's
to eat,
different.
and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we gotta make a stop, and I'm like, okay, well, what's up? But oh, just chill. We gonna go out.
They picking up the bud.
Yes, we gonna go out. Just chill.
Vietnam Haitian, I can say this. That's some Haitian
We
shit.
gotta
And
relax.
then-
Wait, we gotta relax for a second before we go out. That's what we was told. Cause we got things to handle real quick, business wise. We're just
In
sitting
the
here
hotel.
like, no, we're just sitting here like
How
we're
old were you, Z?
young.
I could
I
tell.
was so young, so stupid and young and naive.
I'm
But
glad.
all-
we're going
all in
through
all-
that. We all go through that though, is what I'm trying to say. No
You,
matter what.
women go
No,
through that.
no.
People.
We all, every guy or girl has had experience different. I'm not saying the same
Z,
experience.
Z, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Z, I just want to ask you a question. I know you were young, and I don't want to know how young you were because
Okay.
we're talking about your age today.
Because you only look 22.
All right? I know you were young,
Yes.
but at what point did you know these guys wanted sex from you guys before you went to the room?
When we got in the room and realized they were trying to separate.
But you didn't know that beforehand?
Heck no.
No, what
That
she
was
said she
naive.
was young. I could
Okay, I can get
I
that.
can admit that.
Yeah. That was just naive.
We
Yeah,
got
they-
in the room and was
and-
not
and that's a
expecting
great
that. And
word,
my homegirl
Rico.
was older than me.
Yeah.
They were naive.
I was
That
younger.
makes sense.
So I'm going with it and I'm like, okay, well, they just gotta heal
That's a
stuff.
dope,
We
yeah.
gonna sit
They were
here and chill.
naive. They were young and naive.
We gonna sit here and chill for a second. They gonna handle their business. We gonna
And
be
take us
out.
out to eat.
And as a man, can I just say something as a man?
I was stupid and naive.
As a man,
Just say young and naive.
As a
Oh, yeah,
boy,
you were
that's a
young.
boy move
No,
right
but for
there.
me, I'm talking for me as a man.
This young
Rather
girl
you're-
was smarter than me though.
you
That-
should,
that I was
if-
at
That's
that-
because they went
They
through
done
that
been-
younger.
Yes.
But as a man, as a man should realize a woman is naive and give her a pass. You should still give her a pass.
I
She's
agree.
naive. She don't know no better.
I actually agree with
And
that.
I believe, this is me personally, Rico, this is me.
Scavengers.
I feel, no.
I
The
can actually
problem
agree with
is,
that.
if you with a girl and she's naive, just give her a little game. Be like, hey, mommy, listen. Next time when you're hanging out with a couple of cats and these big body foreigns and these jewels,
You
It
gotta
wasn't
throw-
even a
you
big
gotta
body
give it up.
performance.
but just in general, just be like, yo, we're gonna be trying to get it in with girls like you. We're gonna be doing this. Leave her with a little bit of game.
Yes.
Let her
She
know
will
what time
respect
it
and
is,
appreciate that.
and then be like, yo, here's $100. You guys get home safe. But next time, the
I was
next dude
broke.
might not. The next.
And guess
A
what?
hundo,
But guess
really?
what? No.
Yo,
But
Alex.
guess what? I was broke.
Leave her with a little game.
Cause that's how stupid, young, and naive I was.
You
I
gotta
was
give
like,
him a
well,
pass
let
for
me
being
get back
naive.
home. I was
Yo,
broke. I had no money. I
Come
had
on,
to
you
have
gotta
to
give
back
him a
home.
pass.
Bring no
My
money.
thing is-
No money. That's
As a-
how broke, young, and naive I was. I had no money. I had to hop the train to get back home.
Okay.
As a man, I had one occasion where I had a naive girl and I made sure I scored that bucket. And I did not like it
That
because
bucket had a star by it.
Did you apologize?
I did apologize years later.
See, I'm happy about that.
But like,
You know what? You get my.
but
yes.
like the thing is, I didn't even want to do it, but I didn't even want to be in the state that I was in.
He said, but I had to.
And I was like, I'm not in here for no reason. Like,
So
I
you
gotta
wanna
get
get
my dick wet. Oh, I gotta get my shit wet. Like, that's just how
Do you
I feel.
realize you scarred her though?
Nah, I didn't scar her.
You don't think so?
Nah. I mean, I
You
hope
scarred
not. Like,
You
but-
scarred her. You scarred her.
But what I will say is, you know, and the crazy thing is I've always had 2 or 3 phones. So like a year or 2 later, I went in my second, like I could not stop thinking about that. Right?
So your
felt
soul was
bad.
tied to her.
My soul was tied to her.
felt
Yeah.
bad.
Your soul wasn't resting at
It wasn't that
You
It was
wasn't at
regret.
peace.
It was regret.
You wasn't at
No,
peace
I
for that
didn't leave her,
move.
but the thing was like, yo, no funny shit. Like I met her in the club. After I met her in the club, we were all drunk. After we went back, we were starting to mess around, and me and my homie was sharing a hotel.
Room or sleep?
It was a room.
What are you? Yeah, it was
So, yeah,
15 of my boys.
Yeah, we were 20.
When
We were 22.
We used to go
23.
to when you 20 in your 20s. It's like
Yeah,
100 of us,
and
we outside bagging everything that moves.
Damn.
And no funny
Taking
shit.
turns with her
To be honest with you, Aaron, me and my guys, we even swap them. Like, yo, switch. Like, that's how I came up with
Yo,
my
bang,
song.
bang, bang, bang. Give me the room
Yeah.
now. Bang,
So
bang,
I
bang,
like
bang.
that song.
What song?
Oh,
Switch.
so
So,
sweet.
it's like how I came up with the song. Like, we
Dang,
always
now I'm looking
yell
at it from a
switch.
different
Like,
Rico is disgusting, y'all.
but look.
I like that song. I was
Fucking disgusting. I'm so done with it.
But wait,
I'm done.
chill. So
I'm done.
what happened
Now
was,
I know what it's
and
about.
this is my thing, and I don't like doing this. Everybody that knows me knows I don't like doing this. But she was also a virgin,
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no.
and so like,
Nazareth.
and
That's why you
and
feel bad.
no funny thing. Like as we were getting into everything, like and like for a year straight, it whispered in my ear because she used to tell, like she not used to. At that time, she told me, she said, "I can trust you." So then, like, after we had sex and whatever, the next day I was like, damn, like, I feel bad because I know I don't want to be with this girl.
I'll be honest with
Guilt.
you. You know how you
I had
try-
guilt.
But you
tried
learned
to
from that.
sit here and
But
say
I did learn from
it
that.
scarred her. I
But-
don't care
but
what you
no,
say.
no.
That scarred her.
Nah, because like I said, I'm not going to say it didn't. I
It
don't
did.
know. But I will tell you this.
I would say
I will tell you this.
Well, that's not judge. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
A version?
But
She
like,
doesn't. You don't. She might be at her house right now, and her boyfriend
Sure.
walking around, her husband walking
Yeah.
around. He's talking. You see that guy, Rico?
Yeah.
That was my first nigga.
Now,
And
but
now
at
look,
the time,
but look.
I know it had
No,
that
but look,
scarred
but
her.
look,
At
at
the
that-
Don't
time,
project.
but wait, but at
Or
that
Don't
she's
project.
suddenly removed.
ladies, relax.
I-
Let me
Don't
finish
project.
the
Don't
story.
project.
Let me finish the story. Sometime later, I remember I looked at my phone for an hour straight. I went back a year in my text messages.
Trying to find her.
Trying to find her.
Yes.
And when I found her, I reached out to her and I said, hey, this is such and such. I don't know if you remember, but da-da-da. She
Of course
said,
she
yeah, I
remembers.
remember you. How are you? And I said, I'm good. How are you?
Had she wrote you back in
Yeah,
between
yeah,
that time?
Yeah. What happened?
In between that time, that missed space, was she writing you?
I don't think so, no. Like the next day, yes. But after that, no. And if she did, I honestly, I would never be able to tell her. But, so, I reached back out to her, and after I reached back out to her, you know, I had a long conversation with her, and for a month straight, I was like her little third. She was telling me the problems she was going through with her boyfriend. I was like, yo, if he's doing this, that means that's
So
that.
you try to
The very
I'm trying to give her her
The
game.
very game
Because, like,
karma.
yeah,
Very
because,
game
like,
problem.
I felt bad
Yeah.
that
You try to
day.
clean up your game. Alright, so we're gonna wrap up. It's been a couple hours, and it didn't feel like a couple hours because Z, you are an
That was
incredible
great.
guest.
That was good.
You are an incredible guest. We definitely want to have you back. We definitely,
Yeah.
apologize for the technical difficulties, but we always we're like a hedge fund manager. We have a backup to the backup to the backup, so we have a full backup. So we're gonna post it. People are gonna be able to see it. It was just an incredible time.
Y'all, thanks for watching.
Thank you, everybody. You already know the vibes.
I hope
It's
y'all
entertainment.
enjoyed.
We enjoy
Yes.
you, Z.
You know the vibe.
And we actually appreciate you opening
Thank
up
you.
with us. You know?
I did. Y'all had me say some things I wasn't supposed to say, and I know if you see this, just know I don't want you back, please. But I do forgive you. Okay.
That's big.
I know, seriously.
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean that from the bottom of my heart. I have no malice towards you at all. I forgive you. You taught me a lot. I don't want you back.
Wait,
And I appreciate you
How old
for
were
teaching
you
me.
when you got married?
I was about 20, going on 25. Almost. Almost.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? We're gonna end this live with a cheers to forgiveness.
Yes, cheers to forgiveness, because I definitely
It's
forgive.
essential.
I forgive it.
Damn.
If I didn't forgive,
How about
I
this? For
would
Aaron, let's cheers
Huh?
to forgiveness.
I would have
Oh, wait. Everybody everybody want to know your Instagram and all your information.
Okay, my Instagram is Zamina Orr, is Z as in zebra, ZMEEN as in Nancy, AORR. So it's Zamina Orr, ZMEENAORR. Follow me on there, check me out, see what we got going on. We're gonna have some fun. I like to turn up and just be real transparent.
And
Can we-
she has a birthday coming up.
I do.
Oh, you see that? She's a sad girl, you know.
Saturday
I have a new friend.
Yes, we do. Because Saturdays love Saturdays.
I'm gonna throw my
11th,
flag because y'all clicking
and
that.
hers is tomorrow.
Happy
So,
birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Aaron. Okay.
Yay! I'm gonna be talking.
All right, cool. All right, guys.
but it's
Was-
gonna be